Good morning and welcome to the Coolidge Cricket Grounds. It's the final day of the Cricket West Indies Under 19 Trials 2021. It's the West Indies Rising Stars, and we could dub it the final. The Yellow Flamingos taking on the Blue Dolphins right here at the home of West Indies Cricket, the Coolidge Cricket Ground. It's an exciting time as I say good morning to Sylvester Bouncing Joseph, who will be accompanying me along with Marla Richards during this final day's play of the Coolidge Cricket Ground at the Coolidge Cricket Ground, in where we're looking to come up with 25 names first, and then after 25, then I think they're going to try to see if they can be able to get 18 that'll be traveling out to England. Good morning, Sylvester.
Good morning, Vernon. Good morning to the viewing and listening audience, wherever you are. Our final day in this enterprising youth rising West Indies Under 19 players. Looking forward to representing us at the upcoming England tour and the Under 19 World Cup in January. It's good to see the youths in control, the youths coming and executing through the week, and we are happy that we are, and blessed, I would say, Springs to be in this position that we can see the future stars of West Indies cricket. Now we are at the top of the table clash, and the Yellow Flamingos and the Blue Dolphins. It's a bit of surprise, you would say, Springs. We were looking forward for the Green Pittons to be one of the top teams.
Well, the top of the table clash was yesterday between the Yellow Flamingos and the Green Pittons. So the winner, as you would have recognized, would have been the one who would have gone through. Green Pittons on paper certainly look well so far. But I would say that we have seen some outstanding batting performances so far, led by Rivaldo Clark and Anderson Amadon. Anderson Amadon has scored 197 runs to date, including a century, 117 not out, 151 balls, 196 minutes with 9 fours and 3 strict sixes. And Rivaldo Clark, a splendid 100 right here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground, 101, 103 balls, 121 minutes with 3 fours and 4 sixes. So we've had 2 century makers, Rivaldo Clark and also Anderson Amadon, and we've had 12 half centuries to complement that. So Rivaldo Clark has also scored 57, which he scored yesterday in a losing cause against the Flamingos. So he's total 172 runs. Then we have Kyle Rupachan with an 86, Kyle Kisadat with 76. Then we have Matthew Nandu with 65. Then we follow this up with Anderson Amadon, who also had another half century, 79. Jordan Johnson for the Blue Dolphins for Jamaica with 71. And we then move over now to the, as we would say, 12 half centuries to complement that. I think I'm just missing. I think I just needed to get a little bit more information. There's something missing still for me. But in terms of the bowling, and the half centuries list continues. We have Justin Jagasa, and he's quietly scored 2 half centuries, 52 and 82. And then we have Nicholas Lewin. He scored a half century yesterday, 53, 98 balls. He's from Jamaica, 135 minutes, 3 fours, 1 6. Strike rate of 54.08. He had some 69 dot balls yesterday. Certainly got to get himself organized. In terms of the bowling, Jaden Carmichael leads the way with some 10 wickets. First game, 10 overs, 1 maiden, 41 runs, 3 wickets. Second game, 4.5 overs, no maidens, 28 runs, 4 wickets. Third game, 5 overs, 1 maiden, 26 runs, 3 wickets. And the man who has mainly just, in terms of the seamers, has looked good so far and has been the only wicket taker to pick up, the only bowler to pick 5 wickets so far, Nathan Edwards, 6 overs, 2 maidens, 23 runs, 5 wickets. And his second game yesterday, 6 overs, no maidens, 6 overs on the trot, no maidens, 27 runs, 1 wicket. We look around and we see Tyron Charles. I'm very, very, very much impressed with Tyron Charles. 7 overs, no maidens, 50 runs, 3 wickets. He plays for the Blue Dolphins. Tyron Charles again, 10 overs, no maidens, 55 runs, 2 wickets. Andel Gordon has looked impressive so far. 5 overs, 1 maiden, 16 runs, 1 wicket. He's a left-arm seamer from Jamaica. 7 overs, no maidens, 38 runs, no wickets. And 6.2 overs, no maidens, 21 runs, 1 wicket. Sion Hackett Sylvester, 9 overs, 3 maidens, 27 runs, 1 wicket. He plays for the Blue Dolphins, 10 overs, no maiden, 67 runs, no wickets. 9 overs, 1 maiden, 44 runs, no wickets. But there are 2 other gentlemen that I like. And one is Javid Simpson with 9 overs, 1 maiden, 37 runs, 2 wickets. He plays for the Blue Dolphins, 7 overs, 1 maiden, 45 runs, and 1 wicket. Now to complement that, Onaji Amri, he's really is the leading spinner so far in the competition in terms of his control. He's an off spinner. 10 overs, no maiden, 37 runs, 2 wickets. 10 overs, no maidens, 30 runs, 2 wickets. And 7 overs, 35 runs, no wicket. That was his 3rd game yesterday. So Amrit Das, I like him too, Sylvester, and Nick Ramlal, who picked up a couple of wickets. So in all, those are the top performers so far, unless something spectacular happens today.
Yeah, and you're so right, and the stats speak for themselves. Those are the players that stood out in more than one occasion, and will definitely be in the mix. I think in the provisional 28 squad.
25.
Yeah, 25 squad. Sorry. But in terms of more performances, Spring, I think the selectors may have to pick some of these players on potential. Hopefully, I guess maybe the coaching staff may know some of them and understand their potential, because we don't see enough players in terms of to comprise of the 25 men selection in terms of meriting us a place in the 25. So probably you may have to venture in the part of selecting someone merit, and hopefully that the next couple of weeks or whenever the opportunity comes for the coaching staff to work with them, on a more closer knitted unit, that they can really improve and build and bring something to the fore and let the team be a more competitive team. But in terms of talent and overall, you can see a glimpse of what some of these players are capable of doing. But to do it on a consistent, on a regular basis we haven't seen it yet. So with time, I believe they will improve.
Well, we're talking about players who continue to dominate here. Javante De Pisa, he's also had 2.5 centuries, 70, 77 balls, 91 minutes, 4 fours, 3 sixes, 53, 32 balls, 39 minutes, 1 4 and 4 sixes. So my 25, so that you know and you could log them. This is Vernon Springer's 25. So you don't need to get yourself organized in terms of what's happening. Yeah, but I think I had most of them from there, so that's okay. Cian Hackett, Javid Simpson, and Cian Hackett is from Trinidad and Tobago. Javid Simpson, Jamaica. Tyrone Charles, the Windward Islands. Andel Gordon, Jamaica. Tyrone Theodore, Windwards. Nathan Edwards, Leeward Islands. Nick Ramlal, Trinidad and Tobago. Amrit Das, Trinidad and Tobago. Naji Amri, Leeward Islands. Jaden Carmichael, Leeward Islands. Rivaldo Clark, Barbados. Javante De Pisa, Barbados. Kyle Ruperchan, Trinidad and Tobago. Kyle Kisodat, Trinidad and Tobago. Matthew Nando, Guyana. Anderson Amadon, Leeward Islands. Jordan Johnson, Jamaica. Nicholas Lewin, Jamaica. Justin Jacasa, Trinidad and Tobago. Carlin Tuckett, Leeward Islands. Nima Bolden, Barbados. Aki McGeese, Windward Islands. And then I had Aisha Gomez, Trinidad and Tobago. Joan Lane, Barbados. And Rampadat Ramanat, Guyana. That's Vernon Springer's 25, not Sylvester, not Cricket West Indies selectors, not Mally Richards. That is Vernon Springer's 25. Nathan Edwards is starting his first delivery, and first delivery nicked off and going down the onside. Didn't carry to first slip, Sylvester. And Nathan Edwards starting impressively, bang on target here.
Yeah, and he continue to show that he's capable of producing these wicket-taking deliveries and opportunities for his team give the team an early start, which is a necessity for any team if you have a opening bowler who can create early chances. But in this case, it was a bit slow, so he took the edge, but he did not carry to the first slip.
Jagasa getting himself into a little tangle there. Second delivery. And one thing about Nathan Edwards is that he's going to be tailoring around at those pads. And Jagasa has got to get his feet movement going very quickly. He's got to get onto his bike, as we would say, pretty early. Carl and Tuckett, they're chirping away. The Yellow Flamingos, it's what we'll consider to be the final. And they almost picked up a first wicket off the first ball of Nathan Edwards, but as Sylvester described it, the lack of pace really didn't carry Nathan Edwards from the CIUN. Goes past Bernard Joseph, is in now to bowl to Jagasaw. He's playing around his pad again. He will be advised, Sylvester, to be able to just be a little bit more cautious and look up the VS, because Edwards tends to get the ball to swing in. He's getting a little fancy, so his head has to move. He's looking to go through square leg rather than look up the V for a little longer. This is only the third delivery of the morning, but one can't dispute the talent on show by these youngsters, and so a lot of credit has to go to the coaches in the respective territories who would have worked with them from primary school up to this level. Edwards into bowl to Jagasaw down the onside, and just a little change here from Nathan Edwards. He wasn't from here this time, Sylvester. He thought to try something a little different, so he's going in confidence. Glad to see that he's on the park, Sylvester, because the bowling caught yesterday. Last night he sent me a picture. His hand was in bag of ice.
Well, you know how this game goes. Yeah, wear and tear and an opportunity here. So unless you're not really, you can't get yourself on the park, you're gonna find a way to get out there.
Here's Jagasaw just turning this for his first run. The score goes up to 2 without loss. Something he's trying to work on all the time. Nathan Edwards just drifting a little bit just between middle and leg, and he's always searching for those pads. So that's what he's going to be looking for. Nathan Edwards, 2 without loss.
It's interesting for the last 4 deliveries that he opted to bowl the in swinger to the right hander, and the first delivery that he bowled was going away from the right-handed batter, and he nicked him out, and it's surprising that he hasn't really tried that delivery again as yet.
So we have Rajiv Ramnath driving straight down the ground. The fielder should have done a lot better with that, Amitabh. And that's something that it looks like Bishop. He took his eyes off the ball there, Sylvester. He really should have stopped that. That's a basic stop. And you got to get across. And this is something I think the coaching staff, Floyd Weaver, after the squad is selected, they're going to seriously have to work on. You've seen brilliant catches. You've seen brilliant feelings. But I just find that sometimes the players are more diving, Sylvester, rather than staying on their feet and really keeping their eyes on the ball. And especially when you're in those areas, mid-off, you got to be alert and you got to be making sure that you save those deliveries. Well bowled by Nathan Edwards, pitched up right into the Yorker link there. Ramnath off the mark with a boundary. First over bowl, 6 without loss. Quiet start, Sylvester.
Yeah, good start in terms of the batters. 6 runs per over is always a compliment to the batting team. But Nathan Edwards, he's an attacking bowler. He tends to always, at the batsman trying to get wickets. So, he's going to go for a few, but he's going to take wicket swing. Create opportunities to get wickets, which is really good. You need someone in your team that can, get early wickets or early inroads to put the batting team under pressure. And it's good to see, a young man with his attacking nature. He's different in terms of left hand, being a left-hander, and he can bowl both in and out. And it's good to see a youngster, and he has such confidence as well, Spring. So that is really, pleasing to the eye.
Well, 16 years of age, Sylvester. You would have managed him a couple of years ago in the Leeward Islands under 15, and to see his growth and development is really, really impressive. Yesterday, I was looking at some of the highlights, Sylvester, last night, and saw him play a big shot. When I say a big shot, we've not been afraid to hit the ball over the top. Here comes Sanko, who was impressive when we saw him down the onside. And Javid Goodwin comes across and signals a wide. Carl and Tuckett coming across and just bubbling it, making sure that he has it safely in his hands. Sanko, sort of like the look of him in the first game that I've seen him. We'll see in terms of what is going to be happening today. You want to be able to get in among the wickets there, and Shiva Sanka gliding away. He has a lovely run-up. Nice positive shot there by Jagasaw. Where was he going? And he just like hitting the ball and just moving. He stroked that, and there was no response from Ramnath, who was on the non-striker's end, who really Was a little bit blindsided, couldn't see. Lots of chatter, Sylvester. Still continuing.
Well, there was a responding letting him know that you got to stay because I'm not coming. And that was a suicidal one, to be honest. So it was a good call there by the non-striker. The striker, he definitely wants to get going, get off the mark. Jagasa.
Yeah, but he's off the mark. He's on 1. Ramnath is on 4. He had 1 wide. In fact, 2 wides. 1 from Sanka and 1 from Edwards. Goes 7 without loss. English Premier League football, Sylvester starting today.
Oh, he started already.
Well, in fact, Saturday. I'm talking about the first real Saturday outing. And Manchester United, they routing Leeds. It's about what? Last time I checked, it was 5-1. That game should be over by now.
Yeah, it's 5-1. Wow. Well, these Manchester fans, including yourself, is gonna have a red day today.
Boy, more than a red day. I think this is going to be one of the most exciting football seasons in English football that you're going to see for a while, Sylvester. Chelsea really look like they powerhouse, but Manchester City, Liverpool, quietly dark horse in the race, and some serious funds have been spent.
Well, it is. That's the way it goes now in football. You have to have the best players, and you gotta dig deep in your pocket to get them.
7 without loss. Sanka comes in now to bowl to Jagasa. Jagasa standing up straight and just defending a nice link delivery. We'll give you an update as the day go by in terms of what's happening up at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium, and also what is happening around the world in terms of cricket. Welcome to Cricket West Indies YouTube channel. We're broadcasting from the home of West Indies cricket, the Coolidge Cricket Ground. It's the final. The yellow Flamingos against the blue Dolphins. And it's an exciting game. Sanka into bowl to Jagasa is flashing at that. Missed it completely. And umpire David Goodwin just signals to Bernard Joseph, just to be in the memory bank, that he has one more legal delivery expected. Into over number 2, 7 without loss. Jagasa is on 1. And Ramnath is on 4. A lot of chatter. Carlton Tuckett leading the way with the noise making, and the keeper is always the most vocal person. Anders Ramadan, is he on the field? I'm trying to look for him. Where is he? Have we seen him, Sylvester? Because he had lots of chatter yesterday. Sanka comes in now to bowl to Jagasa, so he's looking to punch that up to cover, can't score. And the score at the end of over number 2 remains on 7 without loss. 7 without loss. 2 of us bowled here in the Cricket West Indies Rising Stars Under 19 final. Selectors looking to come up with 25 players, and then 18 will travel to England for a 6-match tour, which will be pretty exciting. And then we have the CPL, which will be kicking off very quickly with 33 matches. So, and then we also have the South Africans who arrive, and we'll be taking on the West Indies women team.
Yeah, Jagasa looks like he limited in his foot movement. He like to play the ball on the up, especially when it's just about on and above off stump. He stands tall, and and he's not really a tall guy, but he stands kind of tall and tries to play on the up. So he has to be very careful with his length. But I think Nathan now, he is the 5th delivery, his straight 5th delivery that he bowls, coming back into the right hand. That one was his radar was not right down the leg side, signaling a wide there by Bernard Joseph.
So, extra there, wide off. This is Nathan's 2nd wide for the morning. Lovely day here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground, 8 without loss. And Edwards turns from the Citizen by Investment Unit N here in Antigua and Barbuda. Goes past umpire Bernard Joseph. Is in now to bowl to Ramnath, and who's got to defend nicely. The one thing about Nathan, as you rightly said, Sylvester Joseph, he's going to be attacking the stumps. And he's looking around. He's getting around to get at those stumps. Anything pitched between middle and leg. And he's trying to just catch these 2 batsmen who are maybe not quickly moving onto their feet pretty early. It's a new ball, and they're going to have to pay attention very quickly. Edwards comes in now to bowl to him. He's scooped up into the air. Carlton Tuckett with the big gloves is getting onto it. Nathan Edwards takes his first wicket. That's what Sylvester Joseph was talking about. The ball was right just between middle and off, and he was playing more or less a scoop shot. Didn't get to the pitch of the ball. No feet movement at all. Leaning edge. And Colin Tuckett shouted mines from a mile away. And with the big gloves, you're told that the keeper has to catch those.
Indeed. Any ball that is in those areas. That one went really high, Springs, and he took an easy catch, very confident. I just can't help but admiring the confidence of these young players. And it is good to see, and only goes well for West Indies cricket in the end. But Nathan Edwards continued to prove that he's a ardent wicket taker. The line, the lengths, the attacking nature that he has, keep on creating opportunities, and he gets rewarded just all the time for his persistence in line and length. Many may think that he's not that quick, but he is the effectiveness that he has. He reminds me, he's similarly to like Santoki. We all know that Santoki was one of the best wicket takers in the Caribbean for a number of years, and he keep on taking wickets, creating opportunities, and he's very attacking. Good to see.
Well, the good thing about it is that his variations, you look at him ambling up, Sylvester, and you think like, oh, he's maybe just a little gentle medium, but he surprises you now and again because he swings the ball both ways, and that is what is dangerous about him, because he's always attacking the stump. So if you don't have good defense, you're going to be in trouble.
And from what I know about him, he has a slippery bumper too, so you have to be careful.
Let's see how this contest will cope with him. Jagasa gets a full toss, drives it. This time, this Bishop looks like he makes amends for that. And so the score remains on 8-1. Edwards picking up his first wicket here. And he's grown in stature, Sylvester, the last time that you managed him.
Yeah, well, that was what?
2019.
Yeah.
He's put on his legs, his frame, but he trains hard. And Cricket St. Martin, Richie Singh and Keith Carty and all those guys, the motivation. A lot of credit have to go to Cricket St. Martin in a very big way. Here is a appeal for a leg before that was been going down again, tailoring. And you see where Jagasa is looking, Sylvester, to square leg and not up the V. He's right there and the eyes lit up and he's looking to go there rather than look to hit the ball up in front of him. 9-1. Jordan Johnson, the left-hander from Jamaica, comes in to strike. He's had 1.5 century in this championship. But he needs more than a half century today. He needs a real big one.
The Blue Dolphins, they need a partnership here. It's important that they get off to a good start. The Yellow Flamingos, they're off to a good start. Just a few wides now and then, but you can see the consistency. You can see the aggressiveness, the wicket taking opportunities, and so. They have to be circumspect in terms of the Blue Dolphins and, get a rhythm, get a partnership and try to get a good start.
Johnson waits for Nathan Edwards. Comes in both of him. He's driving at more or less his first ball and he's looking to go square. And that was wide, so there really was no need for him. And Johnson, his first game, he scored 71, Sylvester. Since then, he's struggled, not 12. And you can't want to put bat on ball. You got to be able to pick up the line. You've already lost a wicket in the first over, not in the first over, but in the same over. And so you really need to be a little circumspect and have a look really at Edwards. Edwards in now to bowl to Johnson. This time he's picking up the line, but it's a wide delivery. And so Nathan Edwards will have to get his radar on right again. 10-1. Johnson is not. Jagasa is 1. Pressure mounting and building here. Very important that these two maybe have a look for a little while. Look up the V. The V means between mid-on and mid-off. It's a new ball and Nathan Edwards tends to get the ball to swing. And I find a lot of these young players are looking to play the ball square. Got to be very careful. Edwards in now to bowl to Johnson. Johnson is driving and square down to the boundary for 4. Pitched up. And that's what he was looking for. That rocketed away into the square cover boundary for 4. Over number 3 completed 14-1. Johnson is 4. Jagasa is 1.
Yeah, delightful square drive. Well timed. The ball races across the boundary. in a flash. That one was right in the slot, the ranking half volley we call it, and Johnson was equal to the task. He was ready from the very first delivery that he faced. Now you see he took a few steps down the wicket, but I guess Edwards saw him coming and pushed it a bit wider. But he seems like he's in that positive intent. He's up for some runs today, and hopefully that for the Blue Dolphins' sake that they can get off to a good partnership.
So, Sanka will be looking to bowl to Jagasa, who has been maybe quiet by his standard. He looks like somebody who likes to, try and bat on ball. But today is a different ball game, different pitch. 14 for 1, Jagasa is 1, Johnson's 4 is just coming. They've lost the services of Ramnath. Caught by Carlin Tuckett of Nathan Edwards. And the Yellow Flamingos, they're bubbling with confidence. But can the Blue Dolphins certainly maybe just surprise them? Maybe just trap them somewhere? Sanka comes in now to bowl to Jagasa. Jagasa is spanking that beautifully. True cover. I think it will have the legs. It goes into the boundary now. Hits the rope, 4 runs. Stood up straight on that and just eased his eyes on that, and that's what Sylvester was talking about. Sort of player who, you could tell almost like you're practicing on concrete. Love that shot. Good balance. And presentation of the bat was nice and straight. Got a boundary. Score goes up to 18 for 1. Jagasa goes to 5. Johnson 4. I think that will give him some confidence.
Yes, indeed. He looking for that shot, quite a while. The captain now, bring the feeler from backward square onto the offside to cater for that shot. So basically you have a 7-2 field. There is no balance. I think with the early morning moisture and conditions, you should give the option to the bowler. A good shot is a good shot, Spinks.
Certainly. And Sanka tends to bowl in swingers, so you have to sort of give him that protection. I just find sometimes the modern day coaches want to be telling even at the professional level, you got to bowl to a 7-2 field. But you also have to understand what the bowler is bowling. So what is his stock ball? Sanka's stock ball is an in-swinger. So you really, as you rightly said, Sylvester, you have to have the balance there, because you're forcing the Sanka now to try and bowl a line which he's not comfortable with.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes, it's good for us to look and see how he goes, but it puts additional pressure on you as a bowler. See that again?
Clipped away. We're going to easily get 2 runs. And I also find that, there's some of the modern day captains, so if a ball is being hit on the side, they just move somebody and looking to plug the whole gap rather than understanding that, as you rightly said, Sylvester, a good shot is a good shot.
Yeah, you have to recognize when the batsman plays a good shot. You can't feel for these sort of good shots, so to speak. But you have to trust your bowler, and hopefully, that he can consistently bowl that area that he requires to bowl.
7 to Jagasa. Sanka comes in now to bowl to Jagasa. He's in now to bowl to him, and he's driving. Good length delivery. But you could tell that Sanka is really not comfortable. He likes to get the ball to that in. He likes to attack the stumps. And I just think that he just needs that protection, the balance. 6-3 feel, so he can be able to feel comfortable. Because sometimes you put people on the offside and they don't feel one ball.
But, yeah, you have that guy there at third slip, fourth slip.
Fly slip.
Yeah. Probably he should be in the cover region, and the guy that he brought from the offside, upon the onside, should be in backward square and bring that balance to it. Because that guy at fly slip or third slip, I don't think he's not
going to catch anything either.
Yeah.
I don't think Sanka has that sort of pace that the ball is just going to come off. So he's just there modeling more or less, and he would have been better advised to be on the leg side. Over number 4 comes to an end. 20 for 1. The Blue Dolphins batting first here. Sanka's first 2 overs cost him 7 runs. Nathan Edwards having a discussion. Jagasa is 7. Jordan Johnson is 4. You're listening to the Cricket West Indies Under 19 Trials 2021 live from the Coolidge Cricket Ground. And really want to give really major kudos to Asbert and his entire crew. It's been a pleasure working with him. And the behind the scenes Cricket West Indies team to be able to make this happen. Just to let you know that the test match in Jamaica will continue today. West Indies versus Pakistan. We wish them all the best. Here is Edwards bang on target with the good length delivery and Jordan Johnson just coming across.
I think Edwards is more effective when he's bowling straight. And likewise, in the previous over where the captain has the 7 to field, it's the same situation that we have in here with Edwards, Nathan. So he has to bowl outside the off stump. It's difficult even for him to come on off stump. So and he does.
He's indicating that now, Sylvester. Just what you said.
Yeah.
Because he's not comfortable. You're forcing him to do something that he certainly doesn't want. But he's said to the captain, "Can you just please pull that man out?" Because he really does need 2 slips. Edwards is the attacking bowler for the stumps. Bang on target again. Nice presentation of the bat. I think Johnson is deciding that he's going to bat off his crease. So he's looking to advance to Edwards, but he's going to have to be very careful because Edwards has got a good bumper.
Yeah, from what we have seen so far with the batters, who faced Edwards even yesterday's game, they don't have that sort of respect for him in terms of his pace, so they tend to want to go at him. But he's that's the one we're talking about. They don't respect him, and bowlers like these, they were going to always take wickets because we as batters, because I used to do it too. If you don't have enough pace, I think it's a form of not respecting the bowler, which he may not have the pace, but his other skills have as effective and take precedent for the lack of pace. So it's all about respecting and playing each ball accordingly, and keep that. There's nothing wrong if you have that positive intent, but you have to respect each individual.
Good bumper there, and here Edwards hustling Johnson, and Johnson is now waking up to understand now that Edwards is a serious bowler.
Yeah, and Edwards has to in his spells show that he has that bumper. We let the batters know that you may think that I am slow, but I have a weapon that can take you out.
20 for 1. This is a good contest, and I could tell you, it's just grown in confidence. Nathan Edwards, he bungs away past Bernard Joseph into both him, and that's another good shot. Olivia Callan Tuckett going up for a catch, but he missed that completely. Jordan Johnson, and he was looking again, Sylvester, to pull something that was not anywhere near there.
Yeah, the good thing is that he has his bumper is very good. The height, good pace. So it's very difficult for you to maneuver, get hold of that. Even if you get hold of it, because it's the height, it might go up in the air.
It's going to be a top edge.
So he has a very good bumper, a very cunning bowler, I must say. He understands his craft. He's young, but he knows what he is capable of doing. He's very experienced, and I like the look of him.
So 20 for 1, a contest on here between Nathan Edwards and Jordan Johnson. And the Yellow Flamingos, they're really buzzing because they know that if they pick up Johnson, it could be a good contest. This is really what we're looking for. Stage set. Here comes Nathan Edwards as he comes in out about to Johnson. Slow ball, he's squeezed off. And what actually happened to Jordan Johnson there? He was afraid, Sylvester, to come onto his front foot. So he just threw his hands. Really, he was just searching there. Over completed. And 20 for 1 at the end of over number 5. This has been a real exciting encounter and an opening contest in which Nathan Edwards and Sanka have done an excellent job here so far for the Yellow Flamingos.
Yeah, in cricket, I think the competitive nature of both teams, each other, trying to get the dominant for their team at the moment, and it's just good to see the effort, the energy, and the thought process going into the game so far.
Don't forget, Sylvester, that Antonio Fernandez, another young fast bowler. In fact, he's in England. He's out of St. Martin. Here's another flash here by Jagassar. Certainly, he's rearing, wants to play that ball square. Be advised to just keep looking up. And every time he plays, he has to move his head. And, he just needs to just play the ball from under his eyes, look up in front of him. And it's not wide enough for that shot that he's looking to play. It's just down about Sanka's just bowling that ball just around about the fourth stump, as we would say. Still would like to see him getting that protection, more or less a 6-3 feel. Sanka in now to bowl to Jagasa down the onside. Good diving effort there by Carlin Tuckett, but it came off the tie pad. Umpire David Goodwin signal early. And once you don't see Carlin Tuckett go up, then you don't need to worry about anything. He was just more or less motoring away to try to just make sure that that didn't get out of his lungs. And again, Sylvester, because Sanka doesn't have the balance, he's not allowed to. His top ball, which is the in swinger, he's not allowed to bowl it because of this of the field placing. Here comes Sanka as he moves into bowl to Jagasa. In now to bowl to Jagasa. Jagasa is driving 4 runs. So we really don't need the yellow wall then, Sylvester, because if we're going to bring all these men over here and they're not stopping the ball, then he's forcing him to bowl wide, and that is not his style. A boundary to Jagasa. He goes to 11. Johnson is 4, and the Blue Dolphins are 24 for 1 in over number 6.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, really and truly, you're bowling, you're forcing the bowler to bowl to his strength, because it seems like that's the way he plays. Those are the shots that he likes to play, and you are asking your bowler to bowl in that area. Now you take out the first slip, and so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 feelers between cover and extra cover. Why you don't allow the bowler to bowl a bit straighter and contain it? This is a 50-over game. You don't want him to free up his hands.
Sanka comes into bowl to Jagasa. Jagasa is just clipped away. On the leg side, getting an easy single. And score goes up to 25 for 1. Jagasa goes to 12. Johnson is 4. Sylvester, that's why I was telling you, we're going to have to get some mentors. The Dave Joseph and the Sylvester Joseph. We have to do something seriously about our captains, our young captains, even our regional captains. Because sometimes, Sylvester, I sit down and I see some field placings and I'm kind of bemused in terms of what's happening. That is an art which I think that we seriously have to master. We have to mentor.
It's a thought process as a captain. What you want the batter to do, where you want him to score.
And he's out caught. Jordan Johnson playing a loose shot. Out caught at cover. He never got to the pitch of the ball. And maybe he was Nathan Edwards over. It was still on his mind. He was maybe thinking that he was going to get another short delivery. He was hanging back. And just driving loosely. And Jordan Johnson's poor form after his first half century in the first game continues. He goes back for a paltry 4, and that's a poor shot selection there from Jordan Johnson.
Indeed, he's looking at his bat, like you say, he's unfortunate, maybe he mistimed it. But I mean, when you look at the shot, his head wasn't over the ball. He hit it on the up. In the ear, that's the intent, hitting it in the ear. I mean, he wasn't tight enough, as I said, that because of the cunningness of Edwards and Sanka, how they're bowling consistently. I think you needed to be more watchful, be more selective, and they were trying really to get on top of the bowling by playing some rush shots in my opinion. But it's important that they understand the situation of the game, that you need some time. You have time that you can bat only 5 overs. Well, this is the 5th over. You have time that you can play in yourself and manipulate the strike and the ball and watch and understand what is going on.
Out comes Akeem Ogis, and I've got some time for this youngster, Sylvester. 26, 19, 23. He might not have scored a half century, but you potential wise, you could look at him and his batsmanship. Let's hope that he doesn't fail me today here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground. But I got some time, and I included him in my 25 based on potential. Somebody who you feel maybe can grow. Sanka comes in to bowl to Ogis, and he's playing a naughty shot. We advise to just leave that. That is your first delivery. Just pick up the line and just leave it. Could take back Colin Tuckett. Over number 6 completed, 25 for 2. And the Yellow Flamingos, they're large and in control here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground over the Blue Dolphins. Jagasa is still standing. He's on 12. Ogis is not.
Yeah, these batters, they like to feel the ball onto bat, but when the ball is hard and new, and certain pitches where you see have a bit of bounce and assistance for the bowlers. Sometimes you have to be watchful. You have to leave alone a few, especially when you just, came in. You just have to pick up the line, pick up the length, and sometimes a leave alone will give you an indication of how fast the bowler is bowling, what the pitch is doing by watching the ball, passing the bat and going into the keeper's glove. But these guys like to feel the ball on the bat.
Jagasaw waits for Edwards. Slow delivery, driving is out. Caught brilliantly. That's a magnificent. That's a blinder. Oh, mid-on. He pulled off a screamer. And Nathan Edwards has struck again. Poor shot selection by Jagasaw. He never got to the pitch of the ball. Again, in a standing up position, just looking for power. And that's a blinder. That's a beauty of a catch. 25 for 3. The Blue Dolphins are in trouble here.
Yeah, definitely, and they are causing themselves to be in more trouble because these batters are not, understanding the situation and what is required. I mean, you just lost the wicket in the previous over, and you play a shot like that, trying to go over the top, and you have seen that Nathan Edwards is coming at you, he's bowling, attacking, and he's not bowling badly, and he's creating opportunities to get out. So, you live by the sword, I guess, and you die by the sword, Spring.
You certainly. Jagasaw is still looking at his bat, Sylvester, but you understand that he's the person who has the bat in his hand. There's nobody else, so he can't blame anybody for that. And it's just happening here. 25 for 3. Jagasaw, he still can't believe it. But it's curtains for him, and Edwards in the meantime has picked up his second wicket. He's on a roll here, Nathan Edwards. Coming out is Tariq Mohammed. And he didn't look bad based on when I saw him the last time. So he's another right-hander. You'll have to be circumspect here. So Geese and Mohammed will certainly have to get a partnership going. Maybe even just see off Nathan Edwards. No need to be trying to get reckless. We're not even out of the woods yet. They haven't even bowled 10 overs yet. We're still in the power play. The shot selection, something that these guys are going to have to work on, just to give you an update in terms of what's happening at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium between the Green Pitons and the Red Dragons. The Green Pitons, they're 32 for 1 of 10.2 overs. Shaq Paris, he's gone back for 15. Perryman is not out on 10. But we're back here at Coolidge with Edwards coming in now to bowl to Mohammed. Mohammed is driving loosely. Sylvester, why is everybody looking to play shots? What's happening? Is this a 10-10 game?
Yeah, it seems so. It seems like a 10-10, and I don't know. And the batters are not even communicating and encouraging each other to build a partnership and to give themselves an opportunity. And that is, I was talking to the coach yesterday, Floyd, after the game, and he was, we were talking about some of these players. They have potential, they have the talent, but they're not really giving themselves an opportunity, to build innings consistently. They want to play too much shots too early.
Coaching staff are going to have a lot of work to do, Sylvester. 25 for 3. Mohammed Tariq waits for Edwards. The both of him is driving. Just needs to lead with his head and his shoulders. We've got to be able to just come and just look to stroke the ball. Just look to get a single. If you could just get the rotational strike. And I just find that the first 3 batters, the objective was to just get a boundary, to ease the pressure off, and so we could laugh about it or whatever. But it's just more than a boundary. Talking about occupation of the crease and learning to bat, to be able to spend time at the crease. This is a lovely sunny day here. Why would you want to be in the pavilion on a good track like this? Mohammed waits for Edwards, searching down the onside, wide delivery there by Nathan Edwards. And again, he was looking for that leg stump between middle and leg and just drifted away a little down. I think Mohammed will have to sort out his helmet, the back piece of his grill, which he's now making the adjustment. And based on how Nathan Edwards is bowling, he might maybe need that piece. Let's see if he got it sorted out. No, he still has not sorted it out. because it's still just hanging there. And I think it could be a distraction. What do you think, Sylvester?
Yeah, it definitely can be.
Mohammed waits for Nathan Edwards, who comes in out to bow to him, and he's just easing it on the offside and picking up a comfortable 2 runs. Nathan Edwards just searching for that Yorker link area. And very important. Not afraid to pitch the ball up, Nathan Edwards, as Sylvester said. He'll go for a couple. But one thing for sure, he's going to be attacking the stumps. And if you miss, he's going to hit. 28 for 3, Edwards, 2 for 15. This is his 4th over. After bowling 6 on a trot yesterday, he's come back this morning and bowled 4 on a trot. And the skills have been he's been a master. Here is a good delivery to Mohammed. Good length. Driving at it loosely again. Again looking to just get back on the ball. 28 for 3. Mohammed is 2. Ogis has only faced 1 delivery. He's not. That is, Teddy Bishop just walked up to say a few words to him. He's chirping away, trying to get his momentum going. Get onto his bike pretty early. He's just doing some rehearsals. In the meantime, the Blue Dolphins are in trouble. Edwards comes in out to bowl to Mohammed. Mohammed is back and staying with this, but can't score. Fielder from backward point coming around quickly. Over number 7 comes to an end. And the latest score here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground, the Blue Dolphins are 28 for 3. Edwards' 4 overs has so far cost him 15 runs. To complement that with 2 wickets in the column, Ogis is not. Mohammed is 2. The Blue Dolphins batting first, 28 for 3. Yellow Flamingos are rearing. They're buzzing. And now we see maybe a change in helmet or maybe another piece coming out here. Mohammed is maybe trying to get a quick fix. 28 for 3, Sylvester.
Yeah, Mohammed is trying to get a repair done on his helmet. He looks good so far. He looks like a man that can build an innings and take his time and stroke the ball. He played 2 lovely shots so far. But Nathan Edwards, he bowled 4 for 15, and he was a bit indisciplined in terms of wide. I think he bowled maybe 4 wides.
Maybe about 4 wides.
Yeah. So his lines, his length has been good more often than not, but just a little inconsistency in terms of a few wides.
Sanka in now to bowl to Ogis, and Ogis got some time out. Good leave. As compared to the first delivery, he was flashing. This time, getting his vision in clear, just looking up the V. I said to you, Sylvester, I've got some time for this young man. St. Lucia.
You want to see some batsmanship spins. You want to see someone goes in there and try to build an innings, in the right way, respect the bowling, the good balls, and just to pounce on the bad ones. But these guys are trying really to get themselves out.
Again, Ogis picking up the line there. Good leave.
Yeah, that looks good. This looks good so far.
And Sanka is now growing into his confidence because he's got the balance now, Sylvester, of a 6-3 field.
Yeah, and watching Sanka's rhythm, I think he can bowl a bit faster. He seems like he's just ambling in and, like preserving energy spins. He has 4 over. I like to see a fast bowler running in and, putting in the effort. But Sanka, he's smooth running in nicely, but I think he has something else more, some more behind of that spins.
Certainly. I don't like the backing up here so far of Mohammed. He just looks a little gingerly. He's just lurking around. I'd like to see him move with a little bit more sense of purpose, especially on the backup area, because that's going to be critical.
You see the fielder from mid-wicket can't pick out who he is, but he has a tendency of going up to the batters and walking around.
He has to be careful.
He wants a bit of confrontation. He has to be very careful. In this day and age, it's not advised to do so.
Down the onside again is Sanka. But I'd like to see Sanka maybe attack Ogis and bowl direct at the stumps, more or less. And keep that going.
Well, Ogis now is the first player that we see, trying to build an innings in terms of the watchful, watching the ball, leaving it on a few balls. His first delivery where he played at, the first one, a good length one, but I guess he learned from his mistake, and now he's being very watchful.
He's not. Waits for Sanka. He's back and cracking that big effort there by the fielder. I think he would have saved 2 runs because had he not got his hand onto that would have raced away quickly. But that was a good cricket shot there by O'Geese. And O'Geese is off the mark with 2. Got on top of that, Sylvester. Real good, positive cricket shot. And the feet movement, balance, everything was right. Left foot was moving in line. And an excellent stop there by the fielder. He saved 2 runs. Score goes up to 30 for 3. O'Geese is 2. Mohammed is 2. Here comes Sanka. Sylvester said he feels like he still has something into the tank. Pitched up in the air is O'Geese driving beautifully. Square for 4. That's a lovely shot. That is a proper cricket shot. He leaned into that. That has to be the best shot of the morning by O'Geese. Over number 8 completed 34 for 3. And that's a lovely shot by the young man. O'Geese goes to 6. Mohammed is 2. And the Blue Dolphins are 34 for 3 at the end of over number 8.
Yeah, man, that's what that one was for a picture shot there. You can watch that all the springs. You can see that he's building his innings. He knows his scoring areas, and he definitely, is one to watch. If he can continue and to be patient and just keep his mindset in the right place, he can get off to a good score today.
And that's why I was telling you, Sylvester, he might not have got a half century, but the couple of times that I've seen him, there's just something about him, his aura, he just looks like he likes batting. And maybe today is his day with the platform, and I would have slotted him in the 25. I'm not telling you he's good enough to get into the 18, but a conversation can start. Edwards comes in out to both to Mohammed. He's coming forward and just with a top hand, getting right there and just playing it right down to backward point. The score remains on 34 for 3.
But when we look around in terms of genuine batters, we are struggling for genuine batters even in this setup, because some of the guys that are performing, are maybe, if you check, maybe not more than 3 are genuine batters. You have the wicket keeper, you have the all-rounder in the pizza. These guys, the batters. Like maybe from 1 to 5,
yes.
We find it very difficult to find these guys.
Here is Mohammed again looking to try to get back onto ball. He'll be a little bit more circumspect to just see Edwards, just see him off. Don't try anything. Don't go forcing. Don't go searching. Have a look. Just scratch a little while. You're 2. Just keep looking. Just keep batting. Keep batting. If you spend some time at the crease. And what has been demonstrated here so far is that if you spend some time at the crease and you build a partnership, then the opposition, all the chatter goes away.
Yeah, and well, back then I don't know how they think now, but the intent for the 2 opening batters was to see off at least let us have a bowling change or 2. But these days it's difficult. The opening bowlers, tend to bowl and get a few wickets before you can even get a bowling change. But back then the intent for the top order batters or the open batters was at least for a bowling change to happen or 2, so we can see maybe 1, 2, 3 bowlers, and the batting team will be more in a relaxed state, watching and seeing what they have to offer.
34 for 3. If you're wondering what's happening on the Cricket West Indies YouTube channel, it's the final of the Rising Stars under 19. Edwards the bowl to Mohammed, and they're looking to sneak a single. And they got it in the end because the men on the offside for the Yellow Flamingos were ball watching. Edwards had to do a lot of work there, Nathan himself, to be able to get that delivery to try to run him out. Didn't succeed. Mohammed goes to 3 and the score goes up to 35 for 3.
And that's a good way, I think, also to keep the momentum going. To keep looking for the singles. If you can have an understanding between the 2 batters, and pick up a few singles, that will ease the pressure. The rotation of the strike, and change up the momentum of the innings.
Edwards will now get an opportunity to bowl to O'Geese for the first time. 35 for 3. Edwards is into his 5th over, 2 for 16. O'Geese is 6. Wait now for Nathan Edwards as he comes in now to bowl to a geese, and he's just back and staring. This just a lovely shot and getting an easy single in the end. He just kept his eyes on it.
Very watchful.
Yeah, playing it from right under his eyes. He goes to 7 no geese, and we're still into the 9th over. Edwards 2 for 17. This is his 5th over so far. Now brings Tariq Mohammed back into strike.
Yeah, when you see a player like Ogis and so forth, you wish the best for them, because they are trying to do the right things, and you, as a fan and a coach, you want to see that they are rewarded for the hard work that they put in, and the way in which they go about doing their business.
Here is a beautiful delivery going across. Tariq Mohammed, that's a good one. That held its line. Over number 9 completed, 36 for 3 here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground. The Yellow Flamingos are on top. They're large and in control. Ogis is 7. He's looked impressive so far. Tariq Mohammed is on 3. And at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium, the Green Pittons are 39 for 3. 39 for 3. And if I tell you this, you're not going to believe. The Pisa is run out for naught. You can't get run out in a trial game. How can you get run out in a trial game, Sylvester? That ever happened to you, Sylvester?
Well, you can, but maybe when at the end of the innings. When you have 40. But when you have 40,
39?
Yeah, 40 more overs and so forth to go. It's a cardinal sin.
It's more than a cardinal sin, Sylvester.
I saw last night. I didn't even realize that
that Craig Patrick got run out
at 96.
So
My God.
You know that he didn't sleep last night at all with that.
After all this hard work.
He did so much work, man. And just to let you know, Sylvester, 13 overs have been bowled here at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. 39 for 3, the Green Pittons. And here at Coolidge Ground, 36 for 3, the Blue Dolphins. Sanka.
The games are similar again in nature.
Yeah, very similar. Here is Ogis driving beautifully. Square for 4. Oh. Well, I'll have to have a comparison between the first and the second, but I love the first.
I think this one was better.
You think so?
The first one, the difference between this one and the first one, I think the first one was a bit aerial. The fielder thought he had a chance in the first one.
But this one was along the carpet.
All around the carpet, and there's not a man move.
Ogis goes to 11.
Only to retrieve.
Beautiful shot, man. Goes to 11, 40 for 3. Mohammed is 3.
They took out the slip now and put him where he plays.
It doesn't matter what happens. He's going to be looking to break down that backward point area. Stands up straight and just turns it into the leg side. The short mid-wicket area. Can't get any runs there. And the score remains on 40 for 3. 40 for 3. It's all happening here.
Springs, the thing with that fielder, the square cover. If he pitches the ball back in those areas, that fielder is going to be in serious trouble. But that's his shot.
Here comes Sanka in now to bowl to Ogis. He's just steering this onto the offside, putting some pressure on the fielders on the offside. And all of a sudden, Ogis has come with some authority and is putting a little ruffle on the Yellow Flamingos.
Well, Ogis is just batting in the way that a batsman should bat, especially in this situation. Play each ball according to its merit, wait on your areas, and now capitalize when it comes in your areas. But if the bowler, is already in a good rhythm, if they're bowling consistent, you recognize it and play accordingly. And he's doing that gracefully.
40 for 3. Ogis has looked well so far. Again, he's defended nicely to a good delivery there from Sanka. Just between middle and off and holding its own. Sylvester, we have a lot of discussion to talk about today. The World West Indies Test Championship. And I need to get into your brain and find out. I know we want to build a test team, but how are we building the test team and what are we trying to achieve when we're building the test team? It kind of confuses me sometimes. Today Sylvester bats at 4 and the next game he bats at 6. Not a beauty delivery there by Sanka to complete over number 10. I'll come back to that a little while, Sylvester. 10 overs bowled, 40 for 3. Ogis is 11. Mohammed is 3. Sanka's 5. Has cost him 22 runs, but he's got 1 wicket in the column. Nathan Edwards has picked up 2, and he looks like he will be continuing 40 for 3. Don't you? You think he can find the gas for one more, Sylvester?
Yeah, man, he's a young, fit, strong,
He's
strong
coming
man.
back.
He's in a good rhythm.
He's coming back, Sylvester. He's certainly. You're right about it. You had to be his manager because you know the gas there. 40 for 3. Sylvester will step out, and Mally Richards is in a green shirt today. You're back in the green pittons, Mally. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm in the blue.
Good morning, Spring.
Getting some blows.
So that means you're supporting the Dolphins then.
40 for 3, 10 overs ball. Good morning, Mally. How's it going?
Not too bad. Good morning to all the listeners. Got an interesting one on our hands here, Springs.
Very interesting. Nathan Edwards is into his 6th over after bowling 6 last night. He's got 6 more here pitched up, and Mohammed just undriving down the ground, but can't get any runs here at all, and the score remains on 40 for 3.
In the last 2 overs or so, just a little counter attack here from the Blue Dolphins. Auguste in particular playing 2 exquisite drives to the offside.
Well, Sylvester said that the last one was the best of the day. I like the first one.
Yeah, I'd agree with him, and for the fact of what he said, that the second one was all along the ground. No one moved. It was time to perfection.
Here is Mohammed really almost getting himself into a tangle and just looking to go square. It wasn't wide enough. He was angling at those stumps there, and you'd be advised Mohammed to play the ball a little bit more up in front of him. And, once your head moves, then you could be in trouble. Could have got on the edge and rattled into his off stump there with that delivery. But he got a single. He goes up to 4. The score goes up to 41 for 3. Now brings Auguste in strike.
And that shape from Edwards, we saw it yesterday and we're seeing it here today again. Just troubling these both right-handed and left-handed batters with his shape away from the left-hander and into the right-handed batter. He's been relentless here this morning, Springs.
He's really working up some steam. Real fit young man. Has put in some work over the last 2 years. He's been one of the emerging young cricketers out of St. Martin. Edwards comes in out to bowl to a geese, and the geese is fishing at one. That's a good line, good length. There's a young man by the name of Michael Palmer out of St. Martin. He scored the most runs in the Leeward Islands under 2019 in Antigua. They had a West Indies under 17 tournament. It's a pity that he didn't get an opportunity to be here. But he's really one of the better young cricketers.
Sounds like he's got a few years.
Yeah,
at the under 19 level.
Providing that we get a chance to play some cricket, that is going to be the major task. Edwards comes in out the bowl to Auguste. It's something which Peter Ebron and myself we're working around. Maybe in December we want to try and see if we could maybe pull off a youth camp, batting and bowling right here in Antigua and Barbuda, and maybe even talk about the art of captaincy. Especially for the young cricketers in the Leeward Islands, to kind of just keep them in check, because Sylvester we need to give him at least about 12 probables to get into the Hurricanes. Yeah, we got to start, the Amris, the Amadans and company, even the Nathan Edwards. Here's a leading edge in the air. He's going to be out caught by Bishop. And Auguste plays around the ball after looking so good. This is what Mali was talking about from Nathan Edwards. You look at change of pace, subtle changes, and Auguste playing too early, leading edge. And that's what happens when you bowl wicket to wicket.
Yeah, and it's more the movement that he creates through the air on that occasion. Pitched in line with the stumps, just angling away slightly to the left hander, playing across the line per se, getting a leading edge and it carrying all the way to mid-off. Nathan Edwards, I think the partnership between Edwards and Shankar has been quite impressive. They both picked up wickets and they've been pretty economical while doing so.
So the Blue Dolphins are in trouble. 41 for 4. Edwards strikes again at the Coolidge Cricket Ground. He's now 3 for 18 in his 6th over, and O'Neill Roberts walks out.
I think they got to be thinking there's no way we get bowled out within the 50 overs. At this stage, 41 for 4, really staring down the barrel. They've got to really just look to consolidate in a position like this and not even because they can't afford to lose any more wicket springs.
Well, they shouldn't. But
But the way it's been going,
The way it's going,
and it's interesting to see how the captain continues to use these two bowlers, considering the success that they've had. How much longer does he keep them in the attack?
very important point there, Mali. O'Neill Roberts.
Does he go for the kill here, or
He doesn't have a choice.
But considering the nature of this camp, they want to win, but it's also
about the development and the progression. Yes. Yeah, and these are back-to-back games that these youngsters are playing, because Edwards bowled 6 overs yesterday. He's into his 6th trot here. The game before, Mali, he would have bowled also 6 overs, 2 maidens, 23 runs, 5 wickets. That was an early game.
Yeah, and he didn't even need to come back to finish his quota.
No, well, he didn't.
Yeah, so
He's certainly be looking to try to get another 5 here.
for sure.
He's got 3. When you get 3, sometimes you want to be able to you're not coming off. You don't want to come off of that ball. He's right up into O'Neill's face there. But I still would like like to him to bowl to a 6-3 field as over number 11 comes to an end. Nathan Edwards, 3 for 18 from 6. Mohammed is 4. Roberts is not. 41 for 4. 11 overs bowled. Sylvester was talking about the balance for the bowler, Sanka. You're forcing Sanka to bowl to a 7-2 field. Edwards almost the same thing. Got to give them some protection, because Edwards and Sanka, they're always attacking the stumps.
And and we know they're young and pretty inexperienced as well, so they are going to stray or in line at times. But I agree with you on that. But also, it's like you said, it's development. These guys need to get as accurate as possible and learn to also bowl to these fields.
41 for 4. Tariq Mohammed is on 4. Let's see how he will handle Sanka. Mali, if you're at first slip, you're at first slip. I don't like this 1.5. Then you're going to be screaming. Oh, if you're at first slip, you're first slip.
I mean, if it goes to first slip, he's going to have to take a screamer, isn't it? So,
I hate these makeshift
trying to plug
that
2
positions.
positions.
Doesn't work. And we've seen it happen even at the international level. Sanka comes into bowl to Mohammed, Mohammed is defending nicely. And Sanka, I feel, could bowl faster. Sylvester is right.
I was just going to say that as well, Skip. You get the impression he's got a few yards up there in the tank with just a slightly more purposeful
an aggression
approach
to the crease to just finish. I mean, that's snap.
I think
really hit the deck.
He can create a little more momentum into that into his bowling action with that run up as well. But he's quite a smooth operator for sure.
But his strike pattern is consistent.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, you could see that.
Him and Tyron Charles as well was another one that we noticed with that. Very smooth approaches. They don't tend to bowl no balls as well, which is a good sign.
But if you look at Sanka coming back, you check his steps and you check when he starts striding. It's consistently all the way. So you know, so.
But what you want to see is just him build up a little bit more in terms of the speed on approach.
Lovely shot there by Mohammed, coming onto the front foot and just playing it up in front of him. Like a little look of Tariq Mohammed. It's just that I want him look a little bit more up the V. He wants to go square. He likes that. You could see that. That is his favorite.
And that was the problem with the Auguste dismissal. Just looking to hit the ball a little too square on the onside there, managing to get the leading edge. And the new batter in Roberts. If you can remember his first ball to Nathan Edwards, getting a big stride out and playing it into the offside. That's the way you look to combat that as a left-hander.
Here is Mohammed stylishly just turning this. Misfield by the fielder, short mid-wicket, allows Mohammed to get a single. He goes up to 5 and the score goes up to 42 for 4 into over number 12. O'Neill Roberts. He looks to me
quite a burly guy.
Yeah, like a good guy there. Gidram Pope.
In the same mold, I'd say.
Oh, yes.
In terms of appearance.
Let's see if he has some Pope shots in him. We'll find out sooner rather than later.
I think Pope is just another young player as well, just to mention Pope. He hasn't really kicked on, has he?
No, he's just gone off the boil.
considering his under 19 exploits and.
Well, the environment sometimes causes those things. Sanka comes in to bowl to O'Neill Roberts, and O'Neill Roberts gets a beauty, but he's well played. And the thing about this, what Mali has said, is that he's willing to get forward. He's willing to lead with his head on his shoulders. And earlier clock, you saw him getting out to that pitch of the ball and leaving length.
And that also helps him to judge where his off stump is. I think a few of especially the left-handed batters, to Edward, just guilty at times of playing at balls that they don't necessarily have to, especially with that shape already starting outside off stump. When Edward really becomes dangerous is when that ball is starting on the stump.
Sanka over the wicket, played by Edwards, model of concentration with a nice straight bat in the top hand and walking into it. Over number 12 is completed. Sanka has bowled well so far, 1 for 23. The Yellow Flamingos, they're large and in control here over the Blue Dolphins, who really need to get a partnership going. 42 for 4. Tariq Mohammed has looked good so far, 5 from 16. Roberts is not from 3.
Looks like we may have our first bowling change here today, Springs. Fantastic opening partnership. 14 overs, 13 over, 12 overs between Shankar and Edward, picking up 2 wickets apiece. Oh no, 3 wickets for Edward and 1 for Shankar. Pretty good partnership by those two.
Certainly. As Mali has highlighted, we'll have a bowling change. And up at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium, the Green Pitons versus the Red Dragons. The Green Pitons are 69 for 3. Rivaldo Clark is on 22 not out, so he's going to be the lifesaver.
Once again.
And Perryman is on 23 not out. So that is going to be a good contest, because Rivaldo Clark, he wants to make a statement.
And having seen him twice, you already know the way he's gone about accumulating those 20-odd runs. He seems to have a pretty set formula, a guy that actually knows and understands his game at a pretty young age, and with still quite a lot of development and improvement to do.
Well, we have a new
to be sure.
Sorry, Mali.
No worries. To be sure, Rivaldo Clark definitely, for me, has been the standout batter I've seen.
Well, we have a Clark here today at the Coolidge Cricket Ground. McKenny Clark. First time I'm seeing him. The Yellow Flamingos. And straight away he's into action.
Right on the money.
Right on the money.
McKenny Clark.
See if we could be able to do some homework on McKenny Clark and see what he brings to the table. He's from the Windward Islands, age 18. So that's a good one. Another. And he's tall.
Quite
coming out
quite
with the
tall.
mood of a Cameron Coffee, not in stature, but good height.
Yeah.
Not yet. Bang on target. No, I'm not moving. I'm not moving. My 25 remain the same. I bought a copy for Mali also.
Oh, you've already named your 25.
Yes, yeah, that's you can have that copy,
And the
Mali.
games aren't finished yet.
No, I've given you my
Springs.
25, Mali.
Already, so no one can force their way in
No,
today.
because even from the game up at the Coolidge Cricket Ground, even the folks that I have, they're struggling.
Wow. I mean,
42 for 4.
we still may see some special performances from someone.
We just never know.
We never know.
At least I've named my 25.
That's the exciting part, I guess.
Yes, that's what makes it exciting.
Yeah.
Clark comes in now to bowl to Mohammed. Mohammed is going for a big drive.
That's a swipe, to be honest.
As Mali said, there's no feet movement, nothing happening. This is just the young man's second ball. Where do you want to hit that, Tariq Mohammed? You have all day.
You with your team 43 for 4, under immense pressure. It's not the kind of stroke you necessarily want to see from one of your top order or middle order batters.
So you see why I picked 25 early?
Yeah. I mean, he could still come out and play a blinder too.
We never know.
Do you have young Mohammed in your?
No, I don't.
Okay.
43 for 4.
Still opportunities for these guys to force their way in.
Let's see what sort of approach here.
Wow.
Here is O'Neill Roberts. He's going to be out caught.
Hold out.
He's going to be out caught.
That's fantastic.
Just as what
bowling.
Mali said, he was never in position. He just fired his bat. Top edge. And another wicket. The Blue Dolphins, they're falling like pins.
Fuck. Good bouncer there to Roberts. A bit of a surprise. He started pretty well. First time we've seen him. Well, me personally, I think you have as well. But quite a tall customer, extracts quite a bit of bounce. Looks quite a good prospect in 3 deliveries so far, Vernon.
Certainly. He's got good, and he's not afraid to hammer the ball
Oh,
into the
for
pitch.
sure. And
English
good-
took the catch.
accurate bouncer as well.
Yeah. English really took a good catch there. Brandon English didn't look bad bowling. And in the meantime, Mali, the umpires are taking a water break because of that. So the Blue Dolphins, they're 43 for 5. They've just been falling like pins. Tariq Mohammed is not out 6. New batter comes out. It looks like it is Jeremiah Cruikshank, who is the wicketkeeper. And when we come back for the break, we will be able to bring it live and in living color to you. And just to let you know, the scorecard so far: Jagasaw caught Clark, bowled Edwards for 12. Ramnath caught Tuckett, bowled Edwards for 4. Johnson caught Mahes, bowled Sanker for 4. O'Geese caught Bishop, bowled Edwards for 11. Mohammed not out 6. And Roberts just caught by English off Clark without scoring. 43 for 5 of 12.4 overs. And the bowling figures so far, the man of the moment, it has to be impressive. Nathan Edwards, 6 overs, 29 dot balls, 18 runs, 3 wickets. And Shiva Sankar, 6 overs, 28 dot balls, 23 runs, 1 wicket. And Clark has bowled 4 deliveries so far, 3 dot balls, and he's got a wicket to go with it. They've lost wickets at 8, 25, 25, 41, 43. Look as if we might have an early day. 43
It's
for
looking
5.
that way. It's looking that way right now, Springs. That's for sure.
And just to talk a little bit, Mali, we got the CPL kicking off on the 26th of August, down to the 15th of September at the, as we would say, the Warner Park Cricket Stadium. And then in a couple of days' time, we get ready also. We'll be back in action here again, Mali, when we'll have South Africa women will be taking on the West Indies women. And the first game will be on the 31st of August. And that tour will run until the 19th of September, which will be Independence Day in St. Kitts and Nevis. And at that time, the CPL...
Will be kicking.
No, it will be finished.
Oh, it'll be done.
We'll be going to the IPL.
Oh yeah, wow, a lot of cricket. A lot of cricket on the calendar. But what's the situation in terms of down in St. Kitts with fans? Will they be able to have fans?
I think based on the initial announcement, they're going to have 50% capacity.
Okay, that's
but then there's some noise that I've been hearing where the morning games are not going to have any spectators, and the evening games are going to have spectators. I have a little challenge with that.
Right.
You know me, Mali.
Yes.
I don't subscribe to that, and I'm saying.
What's the difference?
Yes. In fact, this would be my model. I personally feel that the morning game should be free for senior citizens and whoever wants to come fully vaccinated, because a lot of the folks will maybe not come out in the evening, and let them come and sit down and watch some cricket.
And personally, as a cricket lover and not being able to go to St. Kitts, I know what I told you about what I thought possibly could have happened. I think the CPL could have been played in Antigua and St. Kitts, or St. Kitts and Antigua per se. I would just spread it out a little bit and give Antiguan fans as well the opportunity. They've been starved for that 2020 franchise cricket ever since the Hawks Bills left. But
you realize that would have been a challenge. No?
It would have been a challenge, of course, in an ideal world.
Not only that, but with the women's tour.
But the women's tour has been scheduled.
It is something that, as you said,
definitely
next time around,
close.
If it comes here again, there should be a conversation between Antigua and St. Kitts and Nevis for the CPL.
For sure, but we can't.
The home of West Indies cricket is here.
It's here in Antigua,
so you can make it happen. Let's look at Clark. He's going to come in now to bowl to Cruikshank, the wicketkeeper, squeezing this one down to the third man area. English coming off of the third man boundary, just underarms a return to Colin Tuckett. And the Yellow Flamingos, they're looking very bright today at the Coolidge Cricket Ground.
Oh yeah, for sure. They've turned up, the Yellow Flamingos, the last couple of days, and making almost a late push to take this Rising Stars Challenge. But what you've seen from these young bowlers here today, I think the coaches would be very encouraged.
Here comes Clark, and he looks good so far. He's on his first over, but his pace, showing that.
You want to slip a little wider.
Mali, Mali. You know how I think about these things here. You got to make up your mind. You can't have a fly slip and no first slip. You once you understand cricket, first slip is first slip. can be in between. Clark comes up to bowl to Mohammed, and Mohammed is just tentatively coming forward. He was said to me, I just rolled my wrist onto that one, but he got a single. So 2 runs off Clark's first over, including a wide. Mohammed is 7, Cruikshank is 1, and the Blue Dolphins, they need a partnership. They certainly do. 45 for 5.
Yeah, I like the look of young Clark. Looks quite like he's hustling these batters a little bit. In terms of just seems like it's coming on a little quicker than they possibly expect. But the batting, I'd say, the last 2 games that we've been here at the CCG, it's been slightly disappointing in not overly challenging conditions as well. Yes, there's something in it for the spinners. There is something in it for the fast bowlers as well when you really apply yourself and bend your back. But we've seen runs being scored here as well with some good batting, good application. I think that application has just let these young batters down a little bit. And I think also the back-to-back nature of these games, because of the weather, we're seeing it as well, just some slightly mentally tired shots from these batters.
80 for 3 at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium for the Green Pittons. And Rivaldo Clark is on a go here. He's 31 not out, 37 balls, 26 minutes with 4 boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, if he cashes in at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium, he's going to get a big one. Got a new bowler. Let's find out what's going to be happening. Tariq Mohammed is defending to a good delivery. It's
going to be Raymond. Yeah, he'll want to bounce back from his little bowling stint that we saw 2 days ago. Yesterday actually. He was quite effusive in the field.
Took a blinder.
A blinder of a catch, but
his bowling was certainly
way
below par.
Yes, way below par. Let's see if he's learned from that performance.
If he's got the gas, let's find out.
Physically,
clipped onto mid-on area. Very good running there from Mohammed, picking up an easy single. Sort of just hit it onto the run, judged it well. The fielder English had to go about maybe 3-4 meters to his right. Couldn't stop the single. Mohammed is 8, and Cruikshank, he now comes into strike.
But also, just slightly to go back to the CPL quickly, and Antigua, like you're saying, the home of West Indies cricket, all these fantastic facilities, 2 international grounds. I think it's a bit of a shame that there isn't a CPL franchise based here in Antigua as well, alongside St. Kitts.
Well, economics will
there are people with economics here, right here in Antigua,
as
right now, yes,
okay,
for sure,
well,
in order to make that happen.
I will put you onto the big men for CPL if that is going to be the movement.
Yeah, I mean, it's just whether they use the economics at their disposal is a different question.
Okay.
But it's definitely there.
I got you, Mally.
Yes.
Here comes Raymond as he moves in now to bowl to Cruikshank, into bowl to Cruikshank. Cruikshank comes model of defense concentration and just defending a nice good length delivery. Raymond not really as express pace as Clark, but he bowls wicket to wicket.
Yeah, wicket to wicket, not just a little skinny.
Yeah,
runs through the crease, doesn't really have a massive jump. Quick arm though.
Looks like a Cleveland Davis.
Yeah, quick arm. A little unorthodox action.
Yeah.
Can use his front arm a little bit more as well. Tends to just fall away at the end. Doesn't really create that momentum using the non-bowling arm. But
one of the things that I looked at is that he's looking down at the crease rather than looking at the stumps or the batter.
Where he wants to put the ball.
Yes. So let's look at that. And sometimes that could be a mental. You don't want to bowl no balls.
Exactly, especially when you're not sure or that rhythm isn't as you'd like.
46 for 5. Raymond is in now to bowl to Cruikshank. Cruikshank getting a little fancy and just going to turn that. Can't score.
I'm pretty similar to Gittins in this aspect of without those classical actions, all those levers going in the right direction. One slight, everything has to go correct for bowlers such as this. One slight, you lean just a little bit, or you don't actually push off that bowling leg as you'd like. It tends to go awry.
Here is Cruikshank just really just been working a nation delivery not Nation, Raymond. Delivery into the leg side, picking up 2 runs. And all these 3 guys are from Trinidad and Tobago. So you can see the competitive nature as over number 14 comes to an end. 48 for 5. Raymond's first has cost him 3 runs. Mohammed is 8. Cruikshank is 3. And the latest score here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground, the home of Cricket West Indies, the Blue Devils, or the Blue Dolphins. How I get Devils? Blue Dolphins are 48 for 5. Yellow Flamingos. I've had a torrid time.
Yes.
Really trying to see if I can call all these
names,
wonderful names, but I'm getting through.
It's mainly the colors. Yellow, blue, red, green.
Yellow, blue, red, green.
Primary colors.
And those colors are almost draped in most national flags around the Caribbean.
Yes. There's no
Tegan Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis. They always just ring around.
Those primary colors, very popular.
Ice green and gold, in the young days of when you want to be a Rasta, Bob Marley,
a lot of African flags with
African liberation.
Red, yellow, green.
Yes, man. You're talking about more or less the Pan-Africa movement.
Yep.
And, you had the apartheid issue. We say good morning to King Frank, Clyde Bones, Cumberbatch, and those guys who are listening to us. Well, I know for sure that Guy Harewood, he's got on his television. He's also thinking about what's happening in Jamaica and he's listening to us.
Yes.
Good morning, Guy. 48 for 5.
Morning, Mr. Harewood.
Great man. Great man. I always pick his brains. I can't get away from Guy without having a 2-hour conversation on cricket.
For sure.
Here is Mohammed. He's had to put the brakes on because Cruikshank was not interested in that.
Just stalling here slightly, the Blue Dolphins, but you do expect that considering the loss of those 5 wickets with only 48 runs on the board, 14.2 overs gone. They're really being pressured by this Flamingo team and seems to be wilting. They seem to be wilting under that pressure at this point in time. But with Mohammed, the top order batter, middle order batter still at the crease, they'd have some hope. A lot of their hopes will rest on his shoulders.
Mohammed is 8, Cruikshank is 3, and Clark has been a lively wire. It's not Rivaldo Clark, it's McKinley Clark here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground. Rivaldo Clark is conducting duties at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium, and again a poor misfield here. He's under no pressure, so how can that ball beat you? Giving away a single, you can't do that. 49 for 5, and these youngsters got to keep their eyes on the ball. And he's coming off the field. He's injured his finger.
I think so. Not sure how. It wasn't hit with any real power.
I don't know.
Or anything. He possibly just nicked his nail.
But he shouldn't have long nails.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that does happen from time to time. And we've seen players cut their nails because of these things. He possibly just nicked the nail because it wasn't hit with any power. Either that or he's already got an injured finger.
49 for 5. 49 for 5. And Clark just showed some disgust on that single being given to Mohammed. Cruikshank comes in to strike. He's 3. Mohammed is 9 from 25. And it's rebuilding time as we speak. Clark in now to bowl to. In good catch. That's an excellent catch by Colin Tuckett. He's out caught behind. What a catch by Colin Tuckett. Oh, a snort of a delivery. And Cruikshank just got a little feather onto it. He's given out and he's standing at the wicket. Why is he standing? Once he got a nick onto that, that's an excellent catch. Full length by Colin Tuckett. And the Yellow Flamingos, they're really in control here. Blue, the Dolphins are 49 for 6.
Yeah, he seems to be pretty disappointed with that decision, but he's gotta go. He can't really be standing there questioning the umpire on that one. We were saying young Clark hustles these batters, and he's come in and he's hustled them with these short deliveries, and I'm not sure what he's complaining about. It looks like he took the glove from our vantage point. Maybe he's just disappointed with the dismissal.
But
at
this level, Mali, too many of the players are showing dissent.
Yes. Yeah.
And they have to understand that the game has changed. In fact, one of the observations that Sylvester Bunks and Joseph picked up that I saw is that when the batter comes in, you can chirp and chatter and so, but you can't be just every ball you're working coming up in I
did see when I think it was I'm not sure who the batter was. One of the batters, maybe Oggies.
No, I think it might have been Jordan Johnson.
Jordan Johnson, when he got out, and one of the fielders followed him, and having a word, he was in quite close proximity to him. I wasn't a fan of that, to be honest. You've got to just get on with the game, and when the batter's out, you just let them go. No need to be giving them a send-off. We understand emotions run quite high. The stakes are quite high here, but you've got to stay in control.
Arnold,
good pace.
Quietly out there. It's good pace.
Where's he been?
It's a good question.
I'm not sure. This is my second time watching the Flamingos.
And today's his first.
And this is his first game.
Well, that I'm seeing.
Okay, yes. He possibly could have played up at
I'll pick that up in the scorecard just to get a clock, to see what's happening. So we can maybe have an analysis as to him. But what we've seen so far here today, he doesn't look bad at all.
Yeah, he's looked pretty good, and he's been accurate from ball one. Quite aggressive as well.
Give you a little stats.
Again, beauty.
Being in all ends up. He's a tall guy.
Springs, I don't care what you say.
Oh, I have to have him in?
He is making your 25.
Over number 15 has been bowled. 49
Skipper,
for 6.
bunks in. He's going to have to amend his 25 here, I think. From what we're seeing, creating good pace, good bounce, quite a tall guy. Obviously, he'll fill out as he gets older. He's got all the natural tools, all the natural ability in the world to go further as well.
Well, the game that he played at Sir Vivian Richards Stadium, he bowled 7.2 overs, no maidens, 51 runs, 1 wicket. But you know that he's got pace.
From what we've seen here today, that's why you gotta watch the game as well.
Yeah.
Who knows? A few of those edges could have flown through the slips.
You just never know.
Yeah, you got to watch the game.
So outside of Pittman, I think he and Pittman would be the fastest that we've seen so far. Kelvin Pittman.
And it's a shame we haven't seen him since. Just carrying.
And so they've been cautious.
Yeah,
been
very cautious with him.
The head coach has indicated that they're not taking that chance.
That risk.
So you understand what's happening. Mohammed fighting away here, Mali. He's 9 for 25, 49 for 6. This game looked like it could be over before lunch.
Yeah, 49 for 6. Raymond looking to get into that wicket column as well. We've seen all the bowlers come in and manage to trouble these Blue Dolphin batters. I think mentally they haven't really approached this batting innings in the right frame of mind, from my opinion. Just playing a few too many shots. There.
Here goes Mohammed. Just every now and again, he's trying to invent a shot that certainly is not on. And I don't think he's read the scoreboard yet. I think he's just concerned that, listen, I just want to get back on the ball.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't matter.
Got to be taking the whole game. That game awareness has got to be very sharp, especially in a situation like this. This is a crucial stage here. It's the difference between possibly manage to get up to a somewhat respectable total 150 plus, or being bowled out for 80. He's going to really have to take responsibility for his team's progress.
And he could still get into the 25 if he gets it here. A little lovely outswinger there by Raymond, and he's coming forward. I think that Mohammed is just going too hard at the ball. He's looking to get expansive drives, and he has to keep concentrating.
They've got to soak up. They've got to soak up the pressure here. They can't afford to crack. At times, cricket is a game of phases. Got to recognize the phase that you're in. The Flamingos are definitely fully on top. Obviously, you don't want to just go into a shell, recede into your shell, but you've got to be able to soak up pressure as well. 5-6 overs, and then look to build.
Good Yorker delivery there from Raymond. And in the end, well played by Tariq Mohammed. I didn't like what happened 2 deliveries before. Arnold came down and was trying to get Mohammed's attention, and he seemed not to be interested. He never walked up to his partner, so it's almost like a telephone call. He was saying to him,
When you say you want to see that communication.
Yes, just walk away.
It is a partnership.
I'm showing you that I'm here to support you. Fishing at one outside the line of the off stump there. It was a beautiful delivery.
Good delivery.
Yeah, good here. So Arnold is settled down nicely today.
Yeah, come back a lot better here today, a lot more accurate. We saw him struggle with those extras, those wides in particular. He seems like a bowler who needs to bowl quite a lot, along him and Gittins as well. Especially with those actions, they've got to bowl a lot. They're bowlers who have to constantly be grooving and in a rhythm in order for you to see, or for anyone to see the best of them.
Green Pittons 101 for 4 of 24.5 overs. Rivaldo Clark is on 48 not out. 51 balls, 40 minutes, 5 fours, 1 6.
That rate, he scores at a rate. Yes, and make no mistake about it. It's 3 innings in a row now. It's because of the way that he formulates these innings. It's almost no risk early while still being aggressive, running hard, and he's proving to be pretty successful.
Well, the 2 top batters so far has been Anderson Amadon and Rivaldo Clark, and as you rightly said, Mali, Rivaldo Clark is also a wicket-keeper. So maybe he's now have to come out of the gloves, and maybe he will become...
I think Bouncing was saying that we've been struggling for out-and-out batters. Per se, and it's a problem that's plagued West Indies cricket. It's indicative of West Indies cricket throughout all the levels. The batting just not being at the level it needs to be.
Clark is squared up with the delivery here. Not Clark, Arnold squared up with the delivery from Clark, Kenny Clark. He seems to be hustling these guys here. He's a big tall guy and he's not finished going yet. He walks back more or less like a Obed McCoy, that sort of stature. Language there. So you can imagine you get him into a gym system because I think he's just only 18.
Yeah, he'll fill out as he becomes a man, more of a man. He'll fill out. And
he's 18 years old.
Yeah, you think
he's got good. And the Windwards have always produced some big, tall guys. You name it, starting from Winston Davis, Coffey and Company,
Nixon McLean.
They're always hustling you. Even right now with the present crop.
Obed
McCoy.
The other left armer, who I quite like as well. I think he's quite a good bowler.
Preston
McSween. So there are quite a few, and before them, he wasn't quite as tall.
Well, before them, he would have had the Norbert Phillip and the Grayson Sheriff.
Right, and the shorter Kenroy Peters, who I thought was a fantastic
Pascal?
Yeah, Pascal as well.
And he went off the ball for some time.
He did. He was came onto the scene.
Bowl real quick.
Yeah, bowling real gas.
49 for 6. Here is Arnold being hustled there. Came down late on that. Brought up the 50 for the Blue Dolphins. And in the meantime, Arnold is off the mark. And Mohammed is 9. He comes into strike. He's struggling.
And what do you like about Clark is he hits the wicket. He really hits the wicket, finishes that action as well. And even when he's bowling a slightly fuller length, he's still looking to hit that wicket pretty hard. And extract a bit of seam movement as well. He's looking a good prospect here. Considering this is the first time I'm seeing him. Very good performance thus far.
50 for the Blue Dolphins, 104 balls, 88 minutes, 6 fours. They've really struggled here today. Really, it's been a tough time. Here's Mohammed hustling him. And again the fielder taking his eyes off the ball.
He keeps looking at that finger. I don't think the finger's the issue. Because those balls are not coming to him very hard. And he needs to stop almost... Not mimicking, but he's got a built-in excuse. It looks like every time he misfields, he looks at that finger. He either sorts it out or he goes off the field. Considering the way Clark's bowled, he's given away nothing. And we've seen two singles given away by the same fielder in Mahace there at cover.
51 for 6. Clark is bowling with some hostility. He's going to come in out to bowl to Allen, into bowl to Arnold. Arnold gets one. More or less took his eyes off of it, but he was on top of it still, playing it. Sort of shook his head, but most important thing, he stayed in line because he was forced to stay in line.
And that's what Mahace did on those ones. Took his eyes off that ball at the last second, just going under his hands. He's got to stay concentrating here. He can't afford to give anything away. Young Clark bowling his heart out at this point in time, looking to put in a big performance, trying to cement his own spot in the 25. You've got to support the young guy.
Arnold is one. Gets the delivery, gets on top of it, and again just punching it down onto the offside. The Arnold has looked good so far. Yeah, I mean, keeping out Clark. So over number 17 completed. The Blue Dolphins are 51 for 6. Mohammed is 10. Arnold is 1. And it's all happening here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground. It's a final, as we would consider it to be. In the Yellow Flamingos.
One-way traffic right now, though. The way the Flamingos all over this Blue Dolphins team.
After being wrecked early by Sanka and Nathan Edwards. And then all of a sudden, they brought another speedster that they didn't know about.
And we haven't even
Clark.
seen the spinners yet being thrown into this attack. The Pacers have done the job here today, and once again just harks back onto these wickets that we've seen up here. All the players with an opportunity to put in performances at the CCG because of the conditions here, favouring spin, pace, and backhand at times.
51 for 6. Raymond with a delivery which is steered past the backward point down to the third man area. Nathan Edwards coming off of the boundary
Hayes
there.
is having a shocker. He's just misfielded yet another one. He dove over that one and having a look at that finger again. But he wasn't afraid to get a double high five from his
52 for 6. He knows he's on television.
Yeah, I mean, you should know that he's got to get his head in the game here.
52 for 6. Mohammed is 11. Arnold. We'll have a lot of work to do in this partnership here. And he stylishly defends nicely. Like the look of him, Arnold.
Once again, can't feel cleanly. The ball's following young Mahiz.
Mahiz.
Yeah. Tends to be like that, the cricket gods, you know. They at times know when you're just trying to pull the wool over the eyes of the spectators or even your own teammates. And the cricket gods, just playing a little joke on young Mahiz at this point in time. A little prank.
Keegan Arnold from St. Lucia. And he's driving. Didn't come out right out to the pitch of the ball, but the bat face was nice and straight. So he came down. It's not like he was facing Clark. He's facing Raymond, who is not as quick as Clark, but he's going to have to get that stride out pretty early. 52 for 6. Need a good game here.
Got to find a way to score with minimum risk, a la Rivaldo Clark, you know, and that's with soft hands and looking to just, yeah.
Here is Arnold going for something that is certainly not there.
Looking to find the gap springs as opposed to bludgeon the ball.
And again, see, I was talking to you, Mali, about communication. Mohammed is just
Yeah, they're
standing
both
non-strikers
just
there.
standing. Yeah, I agree with you. It's not something you want to see. These two guys should be speaking about the best ways they're going to go about.
How am I going to get a single?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
there's no communication at this point in time. Mohammed just leaning on that bat at the non-strikers end.
52 for 6. Raymond into bowl to Arnold. And Arnold is driving through cover for 4. And Raymond is upset because he feels that the cover fielder should have stopped that. And he might be certainly right. Arnold with a big drive. Goes to 5. Score goes up to 56 for 6. And we into over number 18.
It was absolutely smashed by Arnold. Full in length, just outside that off stump. And from Raymond. And he just smashed that through extra cover.
50 to Rivaldo Clark. 58 not out. 55 balls. 48 minutes. 7 fours and 1 6. And as we speak, the Green Pitons are 115 for 4 at the end of over number 26.
Yeah, when he got out yesterday, it was a big, crucial period of that game.
Here comes Raymond into bowl to Arnold. Arnold squeezes this to cover. That's a lovely cricket shot. He hit the boundary rope now, 4 runs. Beautiful shot. Didn't try to overhit it. He just stroked
That's
it.
what we're talking
Got into
about.
the good head position. Leaned on it. And if you're in St. Lucia and you saw a shot from Keegan Arnold, Roland Cox, good morning. You would have enjoyed that. Because Arnold goes to 9. And the Blue Dolphins are 60 for 6. Mohammed is 11.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we were talking about, Springs. Is him looking to time the ball as opposed to bludgeon the ball, trusting his ability and his technique, and that ability that's brought him here into the Rising Stars under 19 camp. Fantastic fantastic cover drive. Length for good transference of weight onto that front foot. Found that gap. Brilliant shot by Arnold. So a shot like that should give him a world of confidence, and he should look to build from such a stroke.
You know, we were talking about the art of batsmanship, Mali, that we have not seen in this tournament. And Sylvester Bouncing Joseph had a word with the head coach, Floyd Reefer. That's a major concern. Even speaking to Sir Curtly Ambrose, I think going forward, we now need to start setting up camps where we get the Desmond Haynes,
intense camps,
Dave
batting
Joseph,
camps.
yeah, you know, in systems to be able to help our young batsmen around the Caribbean.
It's an area of priority.
Yeah.
I would say.
Has to be.
Our batting has been really letting us down.
And from the top down,
all the way down, you know.
Bang on target, look at the stereo. Because I'm saying, Mali, if you bring
Direct hit there would have been out possibly.
all right, if you bring a Brian Charles Lara, a Desmond Haynes, a Sir Garfield Sobers, a Gordon Greenwich, and a Sir Viv Richards, and you take them around the Caribbean in different settings to start from as early as the under 17 and even up to the under 19. It's just people who are going to pass on knowledge of what you need. You also have the coaches now who are going to support the information that is being demonstrated. He's out court.
That's a beauty.
He's out court.
Absolute
Mohammed,
beauty.
after
This
fighting
guy.
all day, here comes
Get your pen.
Clark. Mali saying I have to get my pen out.
Get your
He
pen.
might be number 26. 60 for 7. Clark strikes.
Wow, what a delivery from Clark there. Good pace on just in that good length, not too short, not too full, hitting the splice of the bat and carrying through pretty comfortably to keeper Carlin Tucker. Fantastic delivery from Clark, and he's, as we speak, Vernon's adding young Clark to his list of probables here for his 25.
Well, originally I had Isaac Gomez, who was a spinner, but I think the spinner in
The spin
department has picked
department is well stocked.
is well stocked. The pace of McKinney Clark.
And accuracy, not only the pace, the accuracy, and also his that little movement that he has. It just hints to go away more often than not, and he seams that ball off the wicket as well. Very good prospect here, McKinley Clark.
From the Windward Islands, 18 years of age, so got another young speedster coming through.
Which island in the Windwards?
Well, I need to just pick that one up quickly for you, Mali. I'll get that information for you.
It's okay.
I think he was one of the late additions to the squad, but we'll come back there as we see Hackett. Hackett has been in the conversation too.
Yeah, he has. I mean, I liked what I saw from him.
Bowling the depth.
Yeah,
he's got some good variations.
on a
He's
night-
and he's a big tall guy too.
Big tall guy on an evening where batting, where Roopchand and Clark almost took the game away. He came back at the death and showed some good skills, death bowling skills.
Here comes McKinney Clark. Is in out about to Hackett, and Hackett is leaving this. When you see a batsman leave a ball for the day, you have to give a round of applause.
Yeah, I mean, it's something
Everybody's just going hard
going
at the
after.
ball.
Is something they possibly could have done earlier, especially with those two new balls, Shankar and Edward.
60 for 7. It's not been a happy day at all here for the Blue Dolphins.
It
But
definitely
Hackett maybe
blew.
can change that. You'll maybe be hoping doesn't have any stickers on his bat, so he's a no-name brand guy. Maybe he'll have to come up with something special. Or he gets another snorter.
Yeah.
Ooh, this guy, he's warming up.
And he manages to get that pace by not and bounce by not really hammering the ball too short into the pitch. I mean, considering there's no under-19 tournament, I'd love to have seen Clark and a Tyrone Charles take the new ball to the Windwards and see exactly what damage they could possibly do. And going forward as well, you know, these two young guys are very impressive.
I think early 2022, after the ICC Under-19 World Cup, which will be held in the Caribbean. That one.
That one a little too
Yeah,
short.
too short. And signal a wide by Bernard Joseph. But he's testing himself.
Yeah, he is. He's testing different areas of the wicket as well. Young Clark. When exactly is that under 19 World Cup?
January. It's not too far. West Indies, when they come back from England, I think they get back here maybe by about November. There's a training camp, and then there's a triangular tournament in December.
Here in the Windies as well?
Here in the Windies,
Wow,
right here
a
in
lot of cricket.
Antigua.
Wow, a lot of cricket.
And then, they get ready for the under 9. A couple of the teams will be coming out in
Oh,
December.
yes, early.
To get climatized. 61 for 7. So the West Indies will
And
get
this,
some.
and this tournament will be around the Caribbean.
Well,
right?
there are a couple of countries. The countries have not been selected. Antigua and Barbuda is in the
one.
conversation.
Yep.
St. Kitts and Nevis.
Yeah.
Ghana has also bid for some games.
St. Lucia.
St. Lucia has also bid for some games. So
Dominica, no?
I don't know if Dominica was in the contest, but sometime the announcement will be made in terms of the
Barbados for
venues,
sure.
No, I don't think Barbados is in the conversation.
Wow.
They didn't bid. England is coming up next year, so Barbados is not going to.
Oh, that's what they're pinning everything on.
So you know what the focus is going to be.
Yes.
Over
yes.
number 19 completed, 61 for 7. Arnold 9, Hackett is not, and Clark has so far picked up 3 for 7. He's joined Nathan Edwards.
And we've seen cricket actually be cancelled for the rest of the year here in Antigua. I'm getting word that it's the same in Barbados. There'll be no local domestic cricket being played in Barbados for the rest of the year.
What I can say to you is that Nevis next weekend will be starting some local cricket. I think there'll be a 40 over competition in Nevis.
Wow.
So I think that will coincide with the CPL. So quietly there's some action. I know the folks in Cricket St. Martin, they're also looking to organize some competition, and you know that they've been playing lots of games.
Yeah,
down
they
in
had
that
a
area.
T20 tournament, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, well, you had a Casey Carty. He also had a big tournament. The winner took $5,000 on show. So there's been lots of cricket taking place in a nutshell. So what I think we would want to see now is how best we could be able to get a window snapped in to be able to grab all this talent what we're seeing here. Right. Raymond is in now to bowl to Arnold. Arnold pushing it onto the offside, but Hackett is a big guy, and he wasn't in any danger. They threw at Arnold's end. I don't know if they felt that they could have ran him out.
Fantastic piece of backing up there as well. A wild throw. But Raymond's come back really well here today, Vernon, considering what we saw yesterday. He's been hit with 2 fours in the last over, but he's been pretty economical, pretty accurate in his line and length.
All the youngsters in St. Martin who are listening to viewing the cricket, supporting Nathan Edwards. Randall, the young wicketkeeper who kept for the Leeward Islands at the under 15 level and would have maybe be forcing himself into the under 17.
Is Sherwin still?
Sherwin Peters.
Still play down in St. Martin?
Yeah. We break for a little while. Raymond is in now to bowl to Hackett, who's just turning this. I also want to give some good morning to Mr. Imran Maksood and his family. My first daughter, Mali, she now lives in St. Martin, Altonia.
Oh, wow.
So, part of the cricket action. It's just amazing. Over the years, St. Martin has contributed so much to Leeward Islands cricket. You would have had a taste of the Najico one-day tournament, right?
Won it 7 times.
Ah, good. How many times you played? About 5?
What in the Najico?
Yeah.
Yeah, we won Najico like 7 out of 8 years.
Yeah. It was very consistent. 62 for 7. Always brought out huge crowds.
Yeah, we always used to really look forward to going.
Go to St. Martin.
For sure, for that. To the Carib Lumber Park. You'd have a big crowd. Obviously, as Antiguans, they'd be rooting for us to lose.
When you have all the fans from St. Kitts and Nevis.
Yeah, I mean, it was always quite a weird in terms of they would never acknowledge our achievements on the field. So like our players would score 100 and like no one would clap and things like that. It was but we all use that as motivation. Yeah, for sure.
Well, Antigua being the champion team, everybody wanted the Antigua.
And they used to say, "Oh, every year Antigua keeps winning. We want to see Antigua lose." The Rasta man with his flag and his jacket used to come. Yeah, it's a fantastic little tournament.
Here is Hackett just clipping this one over mid-on, down to the boundary for 4. And Hackett has got some potential about him. Goes to 4. Score goes to 66 for 7. And the first badly lined delivery by Raymond put away.
Yeah, and Hackett looks a cricketer in a similar vein to Riyad Emirates. I think you said that the other day. Ball is quite similar and also has an ability in that lower order to come out and play good innings or match-winning innings as well.
You know what is amazing? He won the game against Yellow Flamingos at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium.
Yeah.
so he's got the potential.
For sure. You can tell. You can tell he's a good cricketer. A thinking cricketer as well.
What I liked about him is his death bowling.
I mean, he almost went for 70, but you were still impressed with his awareness, his match awareness, especially when the Pittons were looking to really score a really big total.
Comes quietly forward, acknowledges that, and he knows that he's got a lot of overs to bat, some 30 overs, as over number 20 comes to an end. 66 for 7. Arnold is 10, Hackett is 4, and Raymond's 4 overs so far scored 17. As Mali get some final comments from Mali, and then we'll be the voice of Sylvester Bouncing Joseph.
66 for 7. I know Coach Steve Liebert wouldn't be happy with what he's seen from his Blue Dolphins team here today. Still 30 overs remaining, 180 balls, but it's looking like it may be an early day here today, Springs.
Well, whether it's an early day or a late day.
And Bouncing, he's had to add Clark to his list of 25 now, so let's see.
66 for 7.
26.
No, I took out. Yes, remember I told you I took the spin out because of what we were seeing. So let me just explain to Sylvester so he knows. I took out Isaac Gomez because, as Mali said, the spin bowling department, when you look at Clark here, full toss. And just for a strange reason, Arnold didn't put that one away. He's bowled with hostility. But we're not worried about the bowling.
Good morning, Springs. Good morning. When I left, I asked you if you're going to change that 25. You have to be very careful when you select before the action is finished.
But I never saw Clark. But he was expensive. he went for 55 in one of the games. But today he certainly bowled with great pace. Oh, and Arnold got a snorter. Is he okay? Yes, he is. Yeah, I think he just bruised his shoulder. He took his eyes off the ball. Let's see how camera crew if they got a good shot. He's not afraid to hammer the ball. And Arnold, yes. Long time we haven't seen this, Sylvester. Good fiery bowling. But we would like to see this to a top order.
Well, they didn't give him the ball when the top order was in.
I'm just teasing you. Just teasing.
But himself and Pittman, I think these two are the fastest we have seen so far. And the first time I've seen Clark, and Clark really is a real fast bowler. He's a bit lanky, can get a few pounds. I guess when he gets short, a bit, older, he will get stronger. But he has all the attribute of an aggressive fast bowler.
Up at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium, Sylvester, Green Pittons are 136 for 4. Rivaldo Clark on 69 not out, 64 balls, 64 minutes, 8 fours and 1 6. And once he holds on that attack, he could count that he's going to get a big 100 unless he gets reckless. 67 for 7 here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground. Hackett is 4, he comes into strike. Arnold is 11, he's looked good. But McKinney Clark, I think he's from St. Lucia, and he's a P for a leg before, and he's given out. He missed that. He played across a straight delivery, and Hackett goes back. Leg before. He hit across the line of the ball, and once he missed that, hit him onto his boot, and he's considered to be in trouble. As we look back at the replay here, he is played right around that delivery. And Hackett goes back after looking so well, 67 for 8. and it looks like it could be an early day, Sylvester.
Well, it's definitely going to be an early day. I am training in towel for the Blue Dolphins early. So it's going to be an early day.
I might have to send a text to Seth Burton.
You won't believe. I guess
he certainly won't believe.
He won't believe that the Dolphins are not swimming. Are flipping. He likes to see a swimming or flipping dolphin, but this blue one is not working today. But the yellow flamingos, they are really flying and moving in a positive way from the onset. You can see the aggression that Nathan Edwards started with himself with Sanka. Yeah, he and Sanka. They gave the team a good start, and followed by now we have Clark. Bringing in that pace and hostility, and just mixing up the batters. When you have a fast bowler, bowling so aggressively at you, bowling back of the length and some short balls, it's kind of difficult. It messed up with your foot rhythm, especially if you're not a top order quality batsman. It messes with you, and I think that is the downfall of Hackett.
Willett will get his first delivery from Clark. He stands up straight and plays it nicely into the offside. Turns his back straight away on Clark. Is not interested. 67 for 8. Arnold is 11. Willett is not. He's just come in. He's just faced his first delivery. Looks like a composed player. 16 years of age. He's also a Carifta medalist in the relay under 17 boys for St. Kitts and Nevis. He's a natural athlete. In fact, all of the Willets. Multiple sports they've been involved in. Track and field being one of the main features. Willett coming down on a Yorker delivery. Pitched up to him. Score still remains on 67 for 8. Willett is not at the end of over number 21. And Clark has so far picked up 4 for 8 from his 5 overs.
Well, Arnold, he looks pretty organized, and Willett, we all know that he's a capable batter, and this is a good opportunity for him, Springs. I don't know if you get any batting so far.
This is his first time.
Yes, but so this is a good opportunity for him to show what he's capable of doing. If you can muster a good partnership and muster a good total, a good individual total in this situation, it goes a long way, I must say. So it's a perfect opportunity for him to show what he's capable of doing.
67 for 8. It's all happening here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground, the home of Cricket West Indies. The Cricket Rising Stars under 19 final, as we will have to consider that to be, between the Blue Dolphins and the Yellow Flamingos. Looks like it is Brandon English who's going to come and bowl a couple of deliveries. And I really would like them to get a respectable total here. But cricket is a funny old game. And they're struggling to maybe even get to 100. But in the meantime, at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium, the Green Pittons are 141 for 4. 141 for 4. Rivaldo Clark is on 69. 65 balls, 67 minutes, 8 fours and 1 6. They've lost Paris for 15, Perryman for 26, Upachan for North, Depiza for North, and Ramnarat is on 16 not out. So the action is taking place. Das has taken 2 for 36 from his 7 overs so far. Here is English. First delivery. Just defended quietly by Arnold. Brandon English. In now to bowl to Arnold. Arnold is looking to back away, but he can't beat the fielder on the offside, and the score remains on 67 for 8. 67 for 8. Back and looking to try to turn that. Off spinner here of Brandon English. Again, he can't score. Say good morning to Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Sir Basil Morgan. Here is Anna looking to punch that one back. All of the Basils in Montserrat. Basil Chambers. Benny, restaurant. Those guys there. Jason Peters must be busy in his car wash business. Here is Arnold smacking that. It's gone. First maximum of the day. Ooh. Over wide mid off. And it was a long hop, more or less Sylvester. Pull down. And Arnold looking up the V. Going for a maximum. He goes to 17 and the score goes to 73 for 8.
No, that's a serious shot there, Springs.
Very serious. English in now to bowl to Arnold. Sling him and they pick up a quite easy single. Tuckett only could just collect the return throw. 22 overs have been bowled. 74 for 8. English first over cost 7. Arnold is 18 and Willett is a naught.
Yeah, as I said, a good partnership here would, bring some smiles on Coach Leibert's face. I know I saw he was talking to the batters, and he's going to be very, very disappointed with the way that some of the batters got out and the way that his team is going at 74 for 8. But I mean, if these two, can bring the score to a respectable one, maybe 100 and add 100 in this, and at least give yourself a chance to get a good bowl. But these guys, these batters are capable. Arnold and Willett. So let's see how they go about this innings.
Good slow ball there from McKinney. Clark. Again, we want to say good morning. Everybody's been viewing our coverage. Don Farrell in St. Martin. Thanks again. He says to tell you good morning, Sylvester.
Who's that?
Don Farrell. You have a lot of fans all over the world.
Is that so? I guess I did something good.
74 for 8. Another good top delivery. Well played in the end by Arnold. So, you see Arnold fighting his way around. It's just been a wonderful time here. Despite the pandemic in the Caribbean, sports still showing up its head and pushing through. And cricket, by extension here in Antigua and Barbuda, the government of Antigua and Barbuda has to be really given major credit, along with working with Cricket West Indies, to make this happen. Here's Arnold driving, but this time, for some strange reason, Mahesh finally stops the ball.
That's he kept his eyes on it.
He did.
His body, everything was behind him.
Okay. Thank you. That's why you're a coach, Sylvester. you did pick those things up.
It's been a while since I've seen a long barrier, but when all things are going against you, you have to pull out all the stops.
Oh, you have to pull out the fundamentals. Well, I'm glad somebody told Mahesh that. Clark comes in to bowl to Arnold, and Arnold is defending nicely. It's just amazing, Sylvester, and we were giving credit and kudos to the government of Antigua and Barbuda, and by extension, Cricket West Indies, because first you would have had the women's camp, which started, then you would have had the Leeward Islands Hurricanes were also here training, and then you had the CG Super 50, and you had the Sri Lanka tour, you had the women's tour, so you had lots of activities happening between both venues.
Yeah.
It's just. Kudos have to go to the not a short delivery, and Arnold is tested.
Well, and you see his short deliveries, most of them are well directed.
About the center.
Yeah, and the batsman, have to be vigilant and know how to maneuver. It's a pity that this is the first time we have seen him, Springs. We didn't see him yesterday when I don't know why we didn't see him before.
Well, yesterday was maybe they were saving him for today for the final, because they have the Yellow Flamingos. Remember, you had still a good bowling attack driven by Arnold, and for him not to get in yesterday and come out today is really certainly looking impressive. Like I told you, his first game he had 1 for 55, but today he's really put the gas here.
He bowled 10.
You think he bowled about 8 in that spell? So far 4 for 8. You see how cool the game can be. 74 for 8, 22 overs bowled.
I mean, and the situation in which the Blue Dolphins are in, it's tend to give him even more an advantage, because most of the top order batters are
back in the pavilion.
So.
The demolition work by Sanker and Nathan Edwards. Because between them they shared 4 wickets in the opening, in the first opening burst.
Yeah.
And they bowled 12 overs between them.
Between them, yeah. So the platform was set for him, and this is what he needs. It's an opportunity, and he comes in now.
He's grasped that with both hands.
With both hands, backing up the good work that Nathan and Sanga did in the beginning.
Willett now his first delivery from Brandon English.
Where's Clark from?
Clark is from the Windward St. Lucia.
Oh, brilliant.
Short delivery, stands up straight and punches that. Can't score. Willett looks organized as usual. Tonito Willett is son. This young man has played under 15, under 17, and under 19 for the Leewards in 2019. Just rehearsing that he could have maybe just clipped that over mid-wicket era.
He has to keep that positive intent as well. Even at a bad delivery, you have to look to score.
Yeah. Got away with that. That sort of stopped on him, but in the end, he got off the mark. He looked like he was in two minds there. He wanted to go and not go, but
just again, you see, that's the thing when you're
tentative.
batting. Yeah, you have to be clear in your mind. If a bad ball come, you play positive.
Gotta put it away. But he's off the mark. He's won 75 for 8. Arnold was on 18. It's batted well so far. Arnold. He's fought his way. He's back and cracking that, and that's not our friend Mahesh, right?
No.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure. Just really wanted to make sure that it was not Mahesh. It looks like it might be Raymond. Can't pull him up yet, but we'll come back. 76 for 8. Brandon English coming in now to bowl to Arnold. Arnold is model of concentration, playing right up the V. In fact, Willett, sorry. Arnold got a single. Young Tombo. Again, he's forcing onto the offside. Can't score. Over number 24 completed. So we're far from being at the halfway point. 76 for 8. But the wickets column has just been unbelievable. And Clark will be looking maybe to just wrap this up completely.
Yeah, with the way the game is going, we might have a very early one. We have ample time that we can go and prepare for the storm. I understand there is a little tropical cyclone out there lurking around the Leeward Islands, so you might have a bit of time this evening to make sure all the canned stuff and your drinking stuff and so forth are intact.
We'll be good, man. They will pass by tomorrow afternoon.
Tomorrow afternoon?
Yeah, we'll get some rain.
Tomorrow afternoon, not tomorrow morning or tonight?
No, tomorrow afternoon we'll be on the back end. But we maybe might even have to come up and tell Kadeem that we want to have a cricket game in the afternoon.
Is that so?
On the light. 76 for 8. Well, you know this ground drains well.
Oh, that's the weather from Vernon.
76 for 8. Singh comes in. So strike. See what's going to be happening here. Ball to Arnold, and Arnold is sweeping his out like before. So Arnold, first delivery, didn't even look at it. And he was sweeping, he missed it completely. And Vasant Singh strikes earlier clock, 76 for 9, as Sylvester said. Look as if we're going to have an early time here. Give me a little chance to go up to the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium based on what is happening here.
Yeah, well, it seems like you're going to have ample time to do what you want. And go where you want, Springs. Because the Blue Dolphins, they are not flipping here. Basically, they are flipping out.
158 for 4 Sylvester. Green Pittons against the Red Dragons. Rivaldo Clark is on 79 not out, 73 balls, 79 minutes, 8 fours and 2 sixes.
It's just that his strike rate, is amazing. All the ones that he has scored, the rate he scores it at a remarkable strike rate, and throughout the 50 over game, rotating the strike and basically scoring at will. And it shows.
His 100 strike rate, Sylvester, was 98.06. The 57 that he scored yesterday was 85.07. And so you're being consistent in terms of what you're saying. Even the 14 that he scored, it was 56.00, and his strike rate today, as we speak, is 108.22. So you're certainly right, Sylvester, in your analysis of his strike rate.
Indeed, and his quality. The first time we saw him, he scored only 14, and we were done had him, written down in the books. not because of his keeping, but because of his attitude, his composure that he has shown, and he just come to fruition and being successful, consistent.
Here is Singh. It is second delivery. Looks like it's Preville who's come out, but we wait and see. We're not sure who is the batter or whether it is Tyrone Charles. Oh, it's Tyrone Charles. I recognize him with his boots. Yeah. So Charles Singh comes in out the bowl to Charles, and Charles leaves alone. So he looks an organized cricketer, Sylvester. Normally sometimes the basics are the ones that you look for.
Hope he's not going to leave alone the wrong one.
Well, let's see how that works out.
But Singh is a pretty confident leggy. Yeah, from time he struck the pad, he wasn't even he didn't even wait. He was celebrated.
Oh, he certainly was.
He was so
because
sure
he knew that Arnold misjudged that one.
Yeah.
And the length for that one wasn't there to sweep.
And the line, he was pretty.
He was offline, really. Got to be careful. And Singh bowls a sort of consistent line, just there between off and middle. Very consistent. Keep it attacking the stump. Good bite, good wide delivery there. He just try something different. He's looking around at Bernard Joseph. Did you call that wide? No, in fact, he says no. He's changed his mind. Yeah.
I think it brushes the batter.
Yes. So Bernard Joseph acknowledging that he did make a mistake, signal dead ball, and apologized very quickly to the young man. 76 for 9. Singh comes in. He's going to come in now to bowl to Tyrone Charles. In now to bowl to Charles, and Charles is coming forward. He's out. Like before, game over. First innings over.
This is Singh with his confidence. He knows when he hits those pads.
He's almost like Imran Tahir.
Yeah,
he knows that once
but he has to be very careful until the umpire
give him the celebration.
Yeah, he has to be very careful. But watch him. He's not even looking at the umpire. Yeah, but he knows. I think the combination of the bowling, for the yellow Flamingos, it shows that they are the most consistent team in the series, in the Rising Star series so far. And this is the reason why they're here. The batting, in the first few games took them through, and now the bowling, being consistent again. The bowlers really coming to the fore. The captain, I must give credit to the captain. He trusts the bowlers and give them a good run out, and I mean they actually were doing well. So overall the feeling, the ground feeling was a bit disappointed as Springs allude to, but overall I think they had a good performance in the field, and hopefully they can come and finish it off as soon as possible.
So let me give you the scorecard in terms of what's happening. The Blue Dolphins batting first. Justin Jagasaw caught Clark, bowled Edwards for 12, and then we have Ravij Ramanath was caught Tuckett, wicketkeeper, bowled Edwards for 4. Jordan Johnson was caught Mahes, bowled Sanka for 4. Hakeem August caught Bishop, bowled Edwards for 11. Tariq Mohammed caught Tuckett, brilliant catch off Clark for 11. O'Neill Roberts caught Brandon English, bowled Clark without scoring. And then we had Jeremiah Cruikshank caught Tuckett, bowled Clark for 3. Arnold was LBW to Singh for 19. Hackett, LBW to Clark for 4. Willett not out 1, and Tyrone Charles was LBW to Singh without scoring. The Blue Dolphins, they were bowled out for 76 in 25 overs. Extra 7, 25 overs. I think they really should be doing some laps, maybe after the bowling spell. Nathan Edwards, 6 overs, 18 runs, 3 wickets. Nathan Edwards, 6 overs, 18 runs, 3 wickets. Shiva Sanka, 6 overs, 23 runs, 1 wicket. And McKinney Clark, 6 overs, 8 runs, 4 wickets. Let me repeat. He bowled with hostility. McKinney Clark, 6 overs, 8 runs, 4 wickets. And then we had Raymond, 4 overs, 17 runs, no wickets. Brandon English, 2 overs, 9 runs, no wickets. Singh, just 1 over. He just did the damage. No runs. He picked up 2 wickets. And to complement Nathan Edwards' spell, Sylvester, he had 29 dot balls. Sanka also had 28 dot balls. So between their opening 12 overs, they just nailed everything here.
Yeah, the pressure was on throughout, and they kept on, taking wickets as well, including bowling economically. And it brings a lot of pressure on the Flamingos. They never really built any partnership. They never showed the discipline that was required, the respect that was required, and they faltered because of those facts. And well done again to the Flamingos fielding team, and it's hard work now for the blue Dolphins to get get back in this game.
So, on behalf of my commentary team today, which is Marley Richards and Sylvester Bounce and Joseph, we will take a little break, and when we come back to you, we will be the start of the Yellow Flamingo innings. 10, 9, 8. Welcome back to the Coolidge Cricket Ground, the home of Cricket West Indies. Just to let you know that the Blue Dolphins were bowled out for 76, with their top score being Arnold with 19, Jagasa 12, Mohammed 11, Ogis 11. For the Yellow Flamingos, McKenny Clark 4 for 8 from 6 overs, Nathan Edwards 3 for 18 from 6, Sanka 1 for 23 from his 6, and Singh 2 wickets without any runs on the board from his 1. We getting ready to see the reply from the Yellow Flamingos. It's Teddy Bishop and Anderson Amadan opening for the Yellow Flamingos.
Back in his customary opening role here, Amadan. Good to see.
Should not have maybe even have been changed in the last game.
I don't mind it, Springs. We disagreed on this, but I don't mind it. It's just an opportunity to see a young player in a different role.
Let's see what Amadan's approach will be like today. His first delivery is just turning this down to the final gear, getting an easy single.
And it'll be interesting to see how these two batters in Bishop and Amadan go about chasing this somewhat paltry total of 76. Very disappointing from the Blue Dolphin. It's been all Flamingos today, to be honest. Let's see what they can do in terms of making this game somewhat competitive.
Seems as if we have Thorne, who will be starting from the CIU end. And not a big lad, not a big young prospect.
Tall, looks strong as well.
Yeah, very, very well built. Give you an idea in terms of first time I'm seeing him also. That's a wasted delivery. And somebody needs to tell him that if he's going to bowl a bumper, then he needs to have a look at Clark.
Did he make your list?
Yeah, I pulled the spin out.
Yeah. So he's in the 25.
He's in the 25. Thorne is 16 years of age.
Wow.
He's from Ghana.
16?
Yeah.
Someone needs to check that birth certificate.
Big guy for 16. He'll be excited.
Big, strong guy, yeah. Gets the ball through. Good pace for his age, that's for sure.
Bishop certainly needs some runs. And he's looking to flash that. He's going hard at the ball. And one thing that Teddy Bishop has to understand, if somebody's bowling fast, then you can't go hard. He's got to learn to just relax himself.
And use the pace.
Yeah.
Probably a bit more.
See the hands going in the ball there. Sometimes, Sylvester was talking about it this morning. There's a level of respect. Now, you see, this is what I don't like. You earlier clock, he's bowling to a 6-3 field, and then you pull somebody from on the leg side over to a 7-2 field. Give him that protection. His stock ball is an in-swinger. So you have to be able to give him that support. And I find too many times everybody come and tell you they want to use the ball to 7-2 field, Mali. Maybe just not possible.
It's tough for even the best or most accurate of bowlers to bowl to such fields. So these young, inexperienced players, at some point they will have to bowl to such fields. But in limited overs cricket, you want to have a more balanced feel, allowing the bowlers a little bit more protection, like you say.
I think we sometimes have ornaments in positions rather than field placing.
Shot.
Here is Bishop squeezing this one through the offside. Won't have the legs to go into the boundary as they just touch into the practice areas. Amadan is not interested in a third, and Bishop is stylishly off the mark with 2.
And that extra man didn't even really make a difference in the offside there. If you add in that extra man, still found the gap, got away with 2 runs. It's just no real margin for error, though, for young Thorne here.
But my thing is, if the guys are going to be on the offside, they have to start from outside the 30-yard circle. They can't start from inside the 30-yard circle and expect to be able to save runs.
You got to know the batter as well.
Yeah.
And the way he plays.
Short delivery attempted here by Thorne, and Bishop not even looking at it. He just banged in and he just fired. He's got to be able to just take his time.
For instance, someone like Bishop, like you say, you start outside the circle, and and look to get in by the time the bowlers delivered. But Rivaldo Clark, you probably looked to crowd him earlier and look to try and make him play out of his normal zone, play some more expansive shots earlier.
Plus, he's also looking for singles,
Right,
tickling
he
by
is,
Bishop,
right.
and that goes down to the boundary for 4. Offline delivery here by Thorne. 16 years old, one for the future.
Looks a good prospect though. Yeah.
Sort of have a kind of Niall Smith kind of.
I know what you mean.
Not in terms of his physique.
Appearance,
Yeah.
in his action, and
So for 16 years old, not bad at all. First over cost 8, and the Yellow Flamingos are off and running here.
now Smith, you think he's pretty
I think
close?
he's a good white ball bowler.
Pretty close to
Well, he has to be in the conversation.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I think he has to be in the conversation. One of the things which I feel, Mali, and that the selectors are going to have to make their mind up. You're quietly going to have to look to try to get in a Sylvester Joseph and Niall Smith in one game. You know, you give them an opportunity. You know, I even felt that, you know, we had Obed McCoy in who was playing. You got to look to be able to get Obed McCoy almost in all facets of our cricket right now, especially when he's on form. You know, you can't wait until, you know, and then say, oh, well, we're going to try him. Got to look to start to sneak in a couple of guys in, especially at home.
And not necessarily just pigeonhole them to one format.
Yes. And that's that. You know, it's amazing. Nobody's talking about Raheem Karma for the white ball game.
I think Blackwood's also more suited for white ball.
Well, I personally feel that way too. Charles in now to bowl to Mohammed. Not Mohammed, but Anderson Amadan. And Amadan, who before today would have been the leading scorer in this competition, but Rivaldo Clark is...
How many did Rivaldo end up with?
No, he's still batting. He's approaching 100.
Wow.
You understand what's happening? I like the look of Tyrone Charles. One for the future, one for the Windward Island Volcanoes.
Looking at watching him bowl from a slightly different end to
Different
what
end
we
today.
saw the other day.
Yeah.
See how he goes along.
Amadan drive into cover. This guy is in touch form. He's gone for 4. Oh, he got himself in a tangle. He ran into the hedges. Is it Willett? Yeah, it looks like Willett.
Was it Caddy?
Yeah, Caddy is getting himself sorted out there. I think he wanted to pull it back or not to pull it back. So Amadan goes up to 5. Don't know if Willett was going to be in the sliding mood there at that time. Rivaldo Clark, he's on 93 as we speak. Charles in now the ball to Amadan. He's back and just turning this beautifully into the onside. He's going to come back for 2 quite easily. And the Yellow Flamingos looks like they want to get this game done and dusted very early. Amadan is off and running. He's 7. Bishop is 6. Score is 14 without loss.
Yeah, young Tyrone Charles. Amadan looking to put some pressure on Tyrone Charles. I'm not sure that he's best suited to this end, but also you're not best suited to everything. There are times in the game where you're going to have to just suck it up and bowl from possibly not your favorite end.
Amadan is back on the cross and defending nicely. Saying to Sylvester, I'm glad that he's not a selector to pick these 25, but I think the 25 has picked itself.
I think a lot of the batters have left it up to the selectors though. It's gonna be I think a lot of the spinners and, like Sylvester was saying, the all-rounders, the batting all-rounders have really performed, but the genuine batters have just left a lot to be desired.
14 without loss. Here is Amadan back and just steering this.
Oof.
And a little suicide, but in the end I think he would have been able to still get the single. And for the folks who are listening to our coverage, just to let you know that the West Indies were bowled out for 253 in the end. Bowled out for 253. For Pakistan, Afridi picked up 4 for 59. Abbas 3 for 43. And as we speak, Pakistan in their second innings, they are 21 for 1. 21 for 1, but there's LBW to Roach without scoring. So it's going to be a good contest.
Pretty even game at this point in time.
Yeah, but the West Indies having to bat last is my concern, Mali.
Yeah.
That's my
At
concern.
times, just the West Indies having to bat at all is a concern. last, first. I don't mean to be that harsh, but you know, as a West Indian cricket fan, I mean, yeah, you know, it's a challenge for the Windies to bat most times.
Joe Root 154 not out, man.
Wow.
347 for 7 England. They trail by 17 runs. Here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground, the Yellow Flamingos are 17 without loss at the end of over number 2.
Good to see Root come back into the kind of form that we had known to come to expect. The big three in Williamson, Smith and Cody had seemed like they had just gone ahead, but now he's, I'd say, back in that big four.
Let me say something here, Mary. Teddy Bishop has to understand that when you're in a selection process today, you have a small score, you get a nice little 30 because you could still be in the conversation.
For sure.
You know, he's looking to just play shots.
And that's... You're
No,
25?
he's not. But
Oh, he's not?
I don't have him.
Okay.
But I'm saying, you know, the approach. You have to make sure yes, it's 70 yard, but make sure that you get yourself, you know, like a nice 30 yard, which will help you. And almost gave a ball and caught there. Again, trying to get too fancy. He just looks a little bit too disorganized for me, Mally.
Yeah, just a little disorganized. And we did say earlier it'd be interesting to see how these two batters go about chasing this Partridge total. Sometimes these small totals, the openers tend to come out and really look to put pressure on. But here, just doesn't seem like he's watching the ball as closely as Springs.
There's only one shot he's looking for, man.
He wants the ball in an area and throw his hands.
That's what he wants to
You
do.
want to see a bit more batting. This ODI format is a bit of a combination between Test cricket and T20. Yeah, it's a fine balance. There are times when you've got to soak up pressure. There's times when you've got to be ultra attacking. And times you've got to show a good defense. Shot.
Good positive control here.
That's a lot better from Bishop, looking to hit the ball up in front, letting the ball come to him as well, as opposed to letting the hands get out too far in front.
So score goes up to, Bishop goes to 8. Score is 17 without loss. Amadan comes into strike. Thorn. I like Thorn. Really
Yeah, I do. 16 years old as well.
16 years old is
That's a big thing for 16.
one for the
Yeah.
future. Hustled Amadan and he's had to defend that. That was climbing.
I think he'd benefit from even being in a 25, further training along with the rest of the guys. I'm not sure whether he will be selected, but these young guys will benefit from such a selection. Is he in? Do you have any results from his previous games, Springs?
I'll give you that in a little while, Mary. Now Shepherd sort of approach-like. Here is Amadan getting himself into a little tangle. Thorn strikes. Rushing Amadan. Amadan going out of context there. He never got into position. His right foot never got into position to play the ball. He was just firing. And that one hustled onto him. And the Yellow Flamingos, they lose their first wicket. Amadan out caught for 8. And so we know for sure that Valder Clark will end as the leading run scorer in this competition. In fact, in this trial series, with Amadan scoring 8 today.
And, from what we've seen, it's the best batting that we've seen has come from Rivaldo Clark. He was very organized player who obviously knows his game inside out and will only improve going forward, Springs.
The catcher was Arnold. Keegan Arnold is who took the catch. He's coming out now for the Yellow Flamingos. Just wait and see.
Interesting name that.
He hasn't got any runs.
Well, it's been his Achilles heel runs.
He came here. One of the guys who expected to perform. I think Coach Reef
Was looking to him.
one of the guys here, but he really certainly has not lived up. Had a pressure situation. Tends to happen.
And you said Blue Devils earlier this morning. Possibly, maybe you had been watching a bit of football. The Red Devils destroying Leeds United this morning early kickoff.
What was the score?
5-1 United.
I did mention that.
Okay, yeah. Chelsea 3-0 as well. Yeah, it's been a good start. Good first day.
Here is Bishop just turning this into the onside, picking up an easy single.
Unless you're an Arsenal fan, that is. We saw Brentford in their first Premier League game ever, managing to defeat the mighty Arsenal 2-0.
Clark has just completed his 100. I'll give you the stats on Clark's 100.
Kisunda, you bat.
In terms of what's happening, just to give you a piece of that. Yeah. So Clark has just completed his 100. That will come up in a little while. Yeah, well, that's what I think was being put in. Kisodat is Kyle Kisodat. Tyrone Charles. Moving nicely.
I think we're wrong about that.
No,
we got
Bishop.
the wrong information. What do you think? It says Kisodat. Yeah, you're right.
But I don't think it is Kisodat because the helmet. That is what made me feel that it would be like he was brown, and on the
bowling batting
the batting chart
lineup, he's slated to come in at 3.
So I guess we'll maybe have to clarify that in terms of what's happening.
Shot.
There is Bishop just stroking this into the offside. Kisodat is from Trinidad and Tobago, brown with this helmet. Helmet blue, sort of looks like from Barbados.
It's a good stroke there though by Bishop. Couldn't really find that gap in that extra cover gap, the gap in the cover region, but well timed to get that one run. Blue Dolphins 19, Flamingos 19 for 1. On that occasion there, young Tyrone Charles just drifting slightly into the right-handed batter's legs and managing to get one run behind square. The score moves on to 20 for 1, 3 overs gone, 47 overs remaining. Just a paltry total of 76 for this Flamingos team to get up and win this Rising Stars Challenge. Yeah, young Tyrone Charles is looking like he's just struggling slightly coming up this hill. I would say he's still got a lot of development to do in terms of his body to get stronger as well. But just in terms of his rhythm, not quite as smooth as we saw him from the other end. Fantastic square cut there by Bishop. He loves width. You can tell he loves his width. He throws the hands at it, similar to even a Ram Gobin. What's his name? Roopchand, sorry. Roopchand, who scored 80 odd the other day for the Pitons. Both from Trinidad, pretty similar. Lovers of that wide ball outside the off stump.
So we have Brown and Bishop batting. Bishop, Mali, not bad. Continue, Mali. We'll give you the
Bishop's he's doing well. He's just showed up his base a little bit here, and he's looking to hit the ball a lot straighter, which is good to see.
Green Pitons 198 for 6. Rivaldo Clark 102 not out, 93 balls, 160 minutes, 11 fours and 2 sixes. That's 2 for 36. Redwood 2 for 36. Amri not playing today. There is a pull delivery into the mid-wicket area, down to the boundary for 4. And Charles certainly not enjoying bowling from the media centre, and he maybe better advised. But I guess with the young 16-year-old,
Yeah, and
he'll have to come down the hill.
Yeah, and it's development as well, Springs. Something he's gonna have to learn to do as well. You know, when in a team, someone has to be that team player and puts his hand up and at times bowls from the end that you're not your favorite end. And young Charles, he'll learn a lot from this. For sure, he's definitely better suited from bowling from the other end, but he'll definitely learn from these experiences. And as he gets stronger, he'll deal better with these challenges.
Brown is now taking his guard as Nigel gets himself organized. Bishop is on 14, Lady Villa? 18 to Bishop, so he's off in a hurry, Mali.
Yeah, he's just gotten away with two fours, just slightly short from Charles on outside off stump, and then just poorly lined short ball put away by Bishop.
Come on, bowling a quick delivery, but just going down the onside, just trying for the extra pace there. Fell away a little bit. And the score goes up to 30 for 1. Bishop is 18, Brown is 1. So on 1 for 11 so far. The score is 30 for 1. 30 for 1.
And you never expect a 16-year-old to be a finished article, but what you're seeing, he's still pretty raw, but he's got bags of potential. Springs.
He starts first like Romaro Shepherd, and then he moves into his position. And that one is trapped on the crease. He is not out. He maybe got a nickel onto that.
Possibly.
If he didn't get an edge onto that, he would have been dead leg before.
Possibly.
He was walking across the crease, and he's got to understand this is a 16-year-old who's bowling quick. Yeah. And Achilles Brown has got to get onto his bike, get his feet moving. He was just walking across the crease to a well-pitched up delivery and just got a tickle. That saved him.
Very disappointed not to see the umpire put his finger up there. But possibly just the 2 zones. Yeah, possibly that inside edge, or a possible inside edge saving him.
Brown is 1, Bishop is 18. He's on the non-strikers there, and he just called his partner down and says, listen, he's got some pace, so you got to be able to open up your eyes very quickly. Down the onside, another white signal again. One is excited.
Yeah, for sure, showing the exuberance of youth. Springs really hustling here, looking to rush these Flamingos batters. Not a big total, but he's still looking to make an impression and put in a performance and possibly force his way into this 25 if he hasn't already done so.
Here comes Thorne, big lad from the CIUN, comes in now. Good bowl to Brown, that hit him high up. Take it easy. I know you want to get a wicket, I know you want to. That's how the game goes. Yeah. Like his exuberance.
Yes.
Like his exuberant, and as you said, he's 16 years old, so he's full of energy.
You can tell he's pretty competitive. You just got to be careful in terms of remonstrating with the umpire after his decisions.
Yeah, you can't go down that road.
No. But
get yourself in some trouble.
You can tell he's quite a competitive player.
Putting Bernard Joseph under pressure. Some pressure.
Yeah, I mean.
And he's as tall as Bernard Joseph, so you know what's going to be happening. I was looking a little bit, Mali, just to shift the conversation a little bit at the test team and to look at the West Indian batters who are in the top 100 of the ICC test batting rankings. We have Blackwood at 44, Holder at 48, Bonner at 56, Bradford at 63, Dorridge at 66.
Dorridge?
Yeah. Miles at 71, Waston Chase at 75, Shamar Brooks at 71, who they don't want to play. We'll come back to that. Another snorter of a delivery climbing up. It's good pace there from the young Thorne, 16 years old. Shy Hope at 78, John Campbell at 84, Bravo at 86, and Kyron Powell at 87. Now in the bowling, Jason Hole at 11, Kemar Roach at 13, Shannon Gable at 25, Roston Chase at 41, Kyle Mayers at 51, Rakeem Cornwall at 58, Azari Joseph at 65, Jomel Warrican at 66, Ratwet at 88 and Jaden Seals at 97. So here comes Thorn in out the boat to Brown. Brown is defending, can't score. The score remains at 31 for 1. And that was in the test batting and bowling.
Right. So what do you think? What's your takeaway from those stats?
I'm coming, man.
He does, isn't he?
I'm going down into the T20. Just trying to just highlight, because sometimes
I mean, it's
it looks as if it's a quota system being put in place for players. Okay. So I wanted to make sure that I highlight that hustle onto Brown. Brown, you got to get back and across. You can't stand from your crease and look to swivel. Got to get back and across to when somebody's bowling that quick.
I like young Thorn though. Keeps going. Yeah.
ICC 20 batsman.
Springs.
Who are you going to put him in?
You have a 20. Yeah, it's your list.
My list is not changing.
Oh, it's not.
Okay. Sylvester will take off my hand.
I mean, he may take a 3-4 or something here today.
You just never know. You never know. But remember, the tournament is in the Caribbean, right?
That's for sure.
Yeah. So the conditions. You have to take all that into consideration. And Sylvester has made a point along with you. There's so many all-rounders in the team that is going to be the major issue, I think, for the selectors. Robert Haynes, Floyd Weaver, and Graham West. Over number 5 comes to an end, 31 for 1. And the Yellow Flamingos, they just need to get 77 for victory. They've lost Amadon, who was hustled by a 16-year-old young fast bowler for 8. In the meantime, Rivaldo Clark is snatched up another century at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. He'll remember that for a very long time. The ICC Test ranking batsman, and this is for the West Indians. Evan Lewis, the number highest ranked player for the West Indies. He's at number 9. Nicholas Puran, 47. Lendell Simmons, 59. Karim Pollard, the captain, 66. Shimon Meyer, 71. And these ratings that I'm talking about is just for the first 100 batsmen, right? In each category: Test, ODI, and T20. Bowling, Fabian Allen, 17. Sheldon Cotterwell, 21. Hayden Walsh Jr., 32. DJ Bravo, 49. Jason Holder, 55. And Obed McCoy, or man of the business from the Windward Islands, he's 69. In terms of the ODI batting, Shea Hope is number 8. Nicholas Pruan, number 30. Shimon Mile, 32. Evan Lewis, 42. Jason Holder, 74. Rahman Powell, we haven't heard him for a long time. He's 88. And Karen Pollard, 92. In the bowling, Alzari Joseph, the highest ranked West Indian bowler, number 25. Sheldon Cotterwell, 30. Jason Holder, 57. Akil Hussain, 61. And O'Shane Thomas, who's not played for a long time, is 92. So I just give you a little analysis, Mary, in terms of...
I think O'Shane played the other day against Australia, didn't he?
Still...
Yeah.
T20.
T20s, yeah.
He's struggling.
He's a bowler that needs, obviously, a lot of cricket.
Now, so let's look here, Mali, at the field placing. You see what we were talking about? The third man. You see where this third man is lined
in
up?
between.
Yeah. We got to get these things here sorted out very early o'clock. And again, we're just putting people in cosmetic positions.
I mean, the Dolphins here trying to make something happen, knowing that there's only 40 odd runs or so for this Flamingos team to win this game. They're trying to pry out some wickets in any way that they can.
There's no possibility at all today. Byron Charles. Don't want to say he has a sort of run up like a Jerome Taylor. Certainly
not as quick, yeah.
Hustling Brown in the end. The Blue Dolphins look like they've given up.
Jerome Taylor, yes, an interesting name there. Fantastic performer, isn't he? But you always still got the impression that he could have done a bit more. With the talent at one time, Jerome Taylor was, Test century in New Zealand, I think it was. And, he was highly rated, especially by Graham Smith at the time, South Africa Test captain. And got a pretty decent record for the Windies.
Here is Bishop driving. Can't score. The score remains on 33 for 1. Bishop is on 19. Brown is on 2. Tyrone Charles.
In fact, he still plays quite a bit of T20 in the NatWest Blast in England and in the CPL as well. He's still
He's
well, he was last year.
Last year he was.
But he hasn't been retained this year.
Yeah. Say good day to Brenton Parchment. Lots of folks moving over to the US.
Has Parchment done that as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on target.
To play?
Well, a lot of guys have been playing in the different T20 leagues. Yeah, he's into coaching Parchment.
You see the Indian Unmuk Chan
Yeah, he decided that
to leave
28
Indian cricket.
and go to the US. The offer they had to be good. And a player of his stature and talent, in 2 years' time, we could see him maybe wearing US colours. Just possibly.
Corey Anderson, another one.
Yeah.
New Zealander.
Making around there. But I think the US is going to have a good team if everybody, well, Stephen Taylor and those guys are still, you got the Xavier Marshall and company who've applied their art, and I think other players around the world would look and say, hi, maybe this is a good possible option. You can come in and can play some T20 cricket, 50 over, not doing intense test cricket where you have to go and work and train hard. You could enjoy yourself.
It's just a sustainability at times,
Well,
whether
the
the
Sri
US,
Lankans are also now going to the US too.
Yep.
Even the 3 players that were banned.
Pakistanis, yep.
Do
Pakistanis
it.
as well. Oh, he's
Dropped. Cruikshank dropping a sitter. And Brown dropped by Cruikshank. And on a day like this,
Can't afford that.
Blue Dolphins need everything possible.
Yeah, you can't afford that with such a low total of 76. You got to take all your chances. And young Charles producing that wicket-taking delivery. We saw the changes in the field. He managed to induce that edge, but the wicket-keeper couldn't poach that one.
Who's been your best keeper so far?
I've seen, I'd say, young Tuckett has been pretty tidy. Obviously, Rivaldo Clark.
Well, Bolden was the next wicket keeper, but you only saw him once.
Once, yeah, so I can't really assess. I've seen Clark a couple of times.
Yeah.
What do you think, Bolden? You think Bolden
I think Tuckett
probably
has
the
been-
best? Who's the best loveman you've seen?
Tuckett has been the leading keeper
For
based
you?
on what I've seen so far. Bolden just looks technically all right in terms of his aspect. He didn't score a lot of runs, Bolden, but I guess just to give you the stats on the wicket keepers, just boundary there to Bishop, flashed hard. That went down to the boundary for 4. Score goes up to 38. So the keepers that we would have had on show would have been Rivaldo Clark, Devani Joseph, Jeremiah Cruikshank we've seen here today, Nima Bolden, and Colin Tuckett. We break for a while, stands up straight and looking to spank that, can't score. So Nima Bolden would have scored 5-26-28. Cruikshank would have scored 14-22-4. How many did Cruikshank get today? Not much. Devani Joseph would have only kept 1 game, and Clark would have kept 2 games. So but you could realize that it looked as if they had decided maybe to take Clark out of the gloves, and concentrate.
Maybe workload.
That could be another issue there again. Inside edge, yes, somebody could be in trouble. No, the fielder didn't pick up. The batsman in Bishop gets home quite easily. So the analysis in terms of
Yeah, I was saying it's
Bishop?
just going to say the same thing. Yeah, I mean, he's showing that ability, Springs, with a bit of work. Yeah, I mean,
I don't think they have the time for work.
really,
No,
in a 25-man camp, it's going to be hard work.
no, I don't think he didn't strike me. But like you said, maybe never know. I don't know what. He's not in my 25.
He's got a distinct talent.
Talent, okay.
He hits the ball quite cleanly. He's quite aggressive. We've seen at times a few batters struggle to really make use of those power plays in these ODI games. 50 over games, sorry. And definitely is a player you could slot into a role such as that.
So we break for a little while. We come back Now, as Torn has really worked up some pace here.
I
Like
think he's
again,
looked pretty good.
hustling onto him.
He's really warmed into his spell really well. He started just a little shakily, but since then he's been on the money. Big, strong kid.
Very, very.
16 years old.
16.
Wow. Personally, I see him. He's making my camp. I haven't made a list of 25, but you see a young 16-year-old like this showing
Bang on target again.
good raw ability for sure.
So over number 7 is completed. 12:37 as we speak. Maybe we might have what? One more over, Sylvester?
What, before a break? If I was them, I'd just go through.
I think they're gonna go through. They're playing for an hour. So what time did they go back off? I think that's
12:20?
12:20. You think that's what we have to?
No.
No. For the hour, they're gonna have to maybe try and get in 13 overs, and this maybe game could be over within that period of time.
But Charles continuing here.
Yes, he is. He induced the breakthrough in the last over. Drop now.
It didn't go to his hand.
Didn't go through. And again, losing his shape there, Mali. You see what happened? Because he's looking for the...
And that's where, but these are all things that I think can be remedied. When he gets into trouble is when he goes searching. If he takes a lot of the time what the bowlers give to him, he's showing a good technique. We've seen him play a couple one square cut actually, and an extra cover drive. So he's showing an ability of both front and back foot. But he has to really be a bit more judicious in his shot selection.
He likes to play the boundary. It's clearly obvious.
He just chooses the wrong ball at times.
Not a single sneaked into the onside as David Goodwin seeks a leg by. And the score goes up to 40-1. It's a lovely sunny day. Just a little disappointed that one team can get ball out in 25 overs. Give you an update in terms of what's happening up at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. In a little while. That game has been motoring on. 234 for 7. 234 for 7. Valder Clark finally scoring 128, 105 balls, 132 minutes with 14 fours and 3 maximums. 234 for 7 or 45.5 overs.
And we didn't like the reaction to him actually just standing there yesterday for quite a long time when he was given out. But you did, and Sylvester mentioned it, you did like to see the fact that he was showing that hunger for batting.
Here is Bishop just whipping this one into the leg side area. Hits the rope now. Boundary to Bishop. So the score scurries up.
And that's what
45, and he goes to 30.
That's that ability that we're talking about. Yeah, I mean, remember the bat. Yeah.
This is Bishop's high score.
No, he hasn't. He got 37 the other day.
I'm just saying to you. So he's even in the conversation of a half century. So you need to get a half a century today.
Yeah, but not
I like your ability. in terms of what you're talking
but many
about.
batters haven't. That's the thing. It's just
But there have been
relative.
12 half centuries.
Not from genuine batters.
No, hold on. I'll give it him. He stroked to the outside.
Shot. A shot like that, Springs.
No time.
Jeez.
Kyle Kisselat is a batsman. Kyle Ruperchan is a batsman, right? So you know we can start calling, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right? So I know you guys like Bishop, but trust me.
You don't think so?
No. He might maybe get in based on what's happening. Geese is somebody who I had in. Who I thought looked good based on potential.
And this is what's happened.
Yeah, but if you're talking about opening batsman, he might struggle to get in.
And
based
this
on
is what's happened because no real batters have cemented a spot, so you're leaving it up to subjectivity. I think so too. Yeah, and he's still in here.
stands up straight and looks to spank that. Again, can't score.
On 34. Young Bish.
49 for 1. Target is 77. Charles looks a little down today.
And I mean, these under 19 players, you look at them and you don't look at them as what they are. No, you look at them as what they possibly can be.
Can be.
With what they've shown, you know. And you see in young Bishop, he looks like he's got the ability to take the attack to bowlers and really put pressure on bowlers and on the bowlers, and it's a valuable asset in today's game.
Well, Bishop from Grenada, he may be trying to make a claim, trying to get into that conversation.
A late surge. Late push.
Get into that conversation. So we wait and see. Graham West and Robert Haynes and Floyd Weaver, if they maybe have not penciled their 20 as yet, because there was nothing much happening outside of the Green Pitons in terms of the batters in that game, so it might have maybe made life a little bit more easy. Thorn is still charging in. Short delivery, that rushed onto Brown. Brown doesn't have a... he's struggling.
Yeah,
he's
He'll probably hit it.
Not that it,
down
not
to the pool.
not with the pace of...
What?
Yeah. Well, let's wait.
We're looking forward to that.
No, because
matchup.
Bishop Sylvester, his hands come more out here rather than, you know.
I want to see Bishop.
Okay,
He's a little more explosive.
Let's wait and see what's happening. Hopefully he might get a chance. Oh, good slow
Good
ball.
thinking.
And he gets a ball. So you'll get a chance, Sylvester, to see this one. Live and in living color. 50 up for the Yellow Flamingos.
I think sometimes Bishop doesn't concentrate possibly as hard. I think that's another thing that plagues him, is his concentration. Yeah, a little lackadaisical.
And I understand
attitude.
what you Sylvester are saying, you know. He plays some shots sometimes that makes you wonder, like, wow, yes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, then he just does something, and it's a yeah.
He does
Yeah.
look. He looks like he is, you know.
Thorn comes in out to bow to Bishop, and he's
Shots.
driving beautifully down the ground, and that's all for 4.
Springs.
He's not in it.
Jeez.
50 up for the Yellow Flamingos, 54 balls, 40 minutes, 7 fours.
Springs. Classy on drive. We haven't seen a shot like that.
It's 38.
Serious shot from young Bishop here. I think he's just making a late push here, Springs. I'm telling you, maybe not for the 18, but for the 25, his name will definitely be in the conversation. From there, you know, it'll be up to him. Yeah. 25. Oh, you think so?
No, man. Bouncing, you see him going to England? He was struggling in England, Sylvester. Technically, he was struggling.
But he'll also learn.
55 for 1.
He'll also learn. They've got to put them in at times in the deep end, you know. It's not about
Bishop goes to 39.
conditions that suit you all the time. You have to learn to play in different conditions. And it is limited overs cricket.
Thorn is gonna rush in again to bowl to Brown. He fancies himself getting Brown here.
Yeah.
Forces him onto the back foot. Why is he throwing the ball every time? Batsman is in the crease.
Young Brown doesn't have that little extra time.
Because his right foot doesn't
Yeah,
move.
that back foot doesn't go.
Doesn't go. He
Doesn't
just stands
go
on the crease
anywhere.
and
Yeah.
just stands there all the time.
Yeah.
Picking him back. He's 3 from 16. And young Thorn is really, he's charging in. He's charged up. He's moving in nicely. Comes in now to bowl to Brown. And Brown has got to defend. He's attacking those stumps. Good spell here so far from young Thorn.
Yeah.
1 for 23 from 5 overs. 9 overs bowled, 55 for 1. It's Charles coming back.
Yeah, I like the look of young Thorn. Keep harping on about his age, but 16 years old. One of the younger players in this camp. Showing good pace and also good accuracy, Springs. Oh, he looks young. He looks younger, but when the matchup with Brown seems to be in his favour, according to Sylvester Springs. What do you think?
The matchup with
Brown. He seems to like that matchup with Brown a bit more. Bishop looking to really make you pay if you stray in line or length. And I'd like him to get a half century here, Springs. 39 of 29. Once again, backing up what he did the other day. 7 of 35 or something like that. Scoring at a good clip. Yeah, man. Look at that, Springs.
Getting an easy single.
It's a concentration. It's up here, I think, for young Bishop.
So, Bishop goes up to 40. Brown comes into strike.
And you can see the way Rivaldo Clark goes about it. Mentally, he's more developed in terms of his batsmanship. The way he constructs his innings. The Pisa, those two definitely stand out in the batting department. But the rest, they've left it up. Jagasar yesterday scoring 80 odd possibly. Today he's looking to back it up. But Roop Chand as well, 85. These batters will be there, but in that final 18, you're not so sure.
Brown comes into strike. Charles just needed to just get something in that wicket column. Had an opportunity. Wait for a while.
A little expensive for his liking as well.
And he's searching for that Yorker length, but that was going down because Stokeshan is already drifting down the leg side. And Charles did delay his appeal. Falling over again. Bishop Brown. Bishop on the non-striker, then he's on 40 from 30 deliveries.
Going great gun.
Certainly. 56 for 1. Looks like we might have an early lunch. And not just only an early lunch. They might be finished before.
Might be able to have a beach day, Springs.
Just never know.
Yeah, before the tropical storm, yeah, later. But we have seen that before where I'm not a big, I wouldn't say not a big fan, but I'm not too trusting of our meteorologists, to be honest.
Well, it's a guide. Doesn't mean that is what is going to happen.
Definitely going to happen.
Yeah, so, you know, too many times sometimes we think that we can drop our guard, but you just never know what happens.
For sure.
Happens. You're talking about nature.
It's just good to be ready.
Yeah, so
in
you
case.
just always got to be ready. You just never know. With all this climate change around there, all sorts of things happen. Just a while ago, Bishop was really sort of pulling away rather than he could have been a little tighter. Just get that right foot back and across and punch that out to the sweep and get himself a single.
Which we've seen him do. It's just that concentration again. Every now and again, it just slips, and he has to keep doing the good things over and over, repeating the good habits, or else these little things just creep into your game.
Bishop is 40 from 31. Tyrone Charles not for 33 so far. Is in out to both the Bishop. And Bishop is whipping this beautifully down the ground for 4.
And he's shown an ability as well to play all around the ground, Springs. We've seen him on both front and back foot. We've seen a pull shot. We've seen on drives. We've seen flicks, cuts. Yeah, even better than the pace. And he's looking pretty dangerous here. It looks like, yeah, man. It looks like.
I still have my 25. I'll have to lose this one.
Squeeze, okay. No problem.
I'll have to lose this one.
No problem.
And I don't expect to get all 25. So
of
if
course.
I get 20 out of the 25, I'm not far off.
You're not far off. So, let's see. I await the final selection.
Yeah, he's 44. Mali and Sylvester Joseph making a push for Teddy Bishop to get into the final 25.
Yeah, he's doing it, not us.
He's driving in the air out to the sweeper, coming around gracefully. He goes to 45.
It's Teddy Bishop that's doing this. Making a late surge here once again.
10 overs bowled, 62 for 1.
Good timing to the offside. Managing to pick up 1 run. They've had to plug that gap down there on the deep extra cover boundary when Bishop has been batting Springs.
So with Valdo Clark, we put down 128. That's a big score, Mali.
So
101 and 128.
And I think he possibly would have scored 100 yesterday as well, or gotten pretty close.
Pretty close.
Yeah, the way he was going about it.
And you check out his strike rate today, because that's something that
it's always impressive for him.
You're raised.
Yeah, he's a batter that doesn't get bogged down too easily because he's got a natural ability to score runs without taking extra risk.
His strike rate was 121.90 today.
For sure.
You know what we're talking about. And he's certainly demonstrated that he's one
Organized. Very
that
organized.
you've got to be able to look for.
Yep. Oh. As Sylvester tells you to get your popcorn ready because Bishop is on strike to spin. The spinner, who is it?
Can you wait for a while?
Left arm. Arnold. St. Lucian, right?
Yes.
Young St. Lucian. Oh, yes. So that familiarity. Oh, spun that off the straight there, young Arnold. But we've seen this wicket. It's a good cricketing wicket. We've seen good shots. We've seen the ball spin. We've seen the pacers get something out of this wicket as well. Kadim and Travis Ferris, I think, can teach a few groundsmen around the region and the world about proper cricketing wickets. All round.
Bishop walks a single, Mali.
Yeah, it's all easy stuff now, really, for him. That first delivery, though, fantastic delivery from young Arnold. Good pace, just the right pace, managed to spin it past the set batter in Bishop.
Just some news for Mali and Sylvester. Teddy Bishop was a reserve for the last under-19 World Cup team for the Cricket West Indies team.
So he's making this 25. In fact, he's making the 80. Yeah.
63 for 1, Bishop is 46, Brown is 4.
And who knows whether we're seeing him in the kind of form that he can possibly be in. You know, we haven't seen that much. You know, we haven't played that much cricket.
I like you, Mali.
Yeah.
I'm hearing you, Mali.
You know?
That would put the plug because it is.
Yes, is that set? Is that set? No.
63 for 1.
And yeah, they're answering his prayers.
Here is Brown just getting a little loose one and punching it away. Yes, yeah. These two guys.
Right. Oh, Rivaldo was a part of that.
He was as one of the
In the
reserves.
last, okay. For sure. He stands out instantly, yeah. Yes.
And he almost got himself into a problem. He was pulling away back in a way there and nearly lost his leg stump, Teddy Bishop. It's got to be tighter, especially to the leg spinner. And Arnold knew something about him, just almost thought that he went through there. And luckily to get away with
And you
that.
don't necessarily have to look to make room as a right-handed batter to the left-handed orthodox spinner. We've seen him spin it as well. You've just got to hold your position. That's where the base, even to a spinner, is so important. You've still got to hold your shape and look to play the ball with the spin. You will get that room with the natural angle of the delivery.
Getting ourselves sorted out here. We have a new bowler. Anytime soon. Is this Simon? Get a spinner, Sylvester.
The leggy. Simpson. Young Simpson. He's been in my 25 as well. Yeah, very consistent.
You're talking about Javid
Simpson.
Simpson, yeah.
Leg spinner.
Yeah. His control.
Yeah,
Wide
good
delivery.
shot, good control.
Simpson here, starting with a wide.
And if you remember, he played against that Green Pittons team that scored 300. And
Yes,
look at his figures.
His figures.
Yeah, and he bowled to both Roopchand and Clark.
That bounce that had some rib on it. You know, this has been a real excellent cricket wicket here so far.
No, it really has. It really
It's got
has.
pace. It's got something for everybody. For the batsmen, for the bowlers, for the fast bowlers, and also for the spinners.
Yep.
David Simpson is in now to bowl to the 50 partnership between Brown and Bishop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not a problem at all. The pitch is a good pitch still for batting as well.
Good flight here, and he's out stump. No, they're appealing for stump, but Brown is saying that I didn't even leave my crease.
Brown just a little.
Low on confidence.
Yeah, he's just
Self-esteem. He just keeps looking down. He's
the body language.
He's
A little negative. Not sure why.
Let's look at that, Sylvester. Did he get down in time?
I think he was good. Yeah.
Good glove work by Cruikshank, anyhow. I mean, now I know why the excitement was above. He went off balance. He raised his right foot, but I think he got it down in time.
The bouncing delivery as well. Good take.
Simpson is enjoying this, man.
Young Simpson, been quite impressive in this Rising Stars camp.
Beautiful there. And Brown playing at a nothing delivery. You're either going to get out or something. So just leave the ball. Once the ball is going away from you, there's no need for you to be looking to even try to follow that.
And he's neither on front or back foot, just in between. Kind of stroke.
Simpson in now to bow to Brown. Brown is
Better.
defending, keeping his eyes on the ball.
And you see just how using the depth of crease, how it just buys you that extra split second and allows you to readjust or play the ball pretty comfortably.
Here comes David Simpson. He comes in now to bowl to Brown. Brown is playing something that is certainly not there. He'll be advised to, and he's still rehearsing that he wants to play that shot. 12 overs bowl, 67 for 1. He's low in confidence. He just keeps looking down.
Not sure what kind of shot what he's trying to play there, to be honest. Don't want to criticize him too much. Not sure how to describe that one, but young Simpson, yeah, just picking up where he left off pretty much in terms of his consistency, his accuracy, his ability to land those leg spinners. Just going for the one run.
I did have Simpson. I must have
sure?
Simpson, of course.
You sure?
I must
Oh
have
yeah,
Simpson.
Javid.
And you see how high his number is.
Number two.
So you understand. you understand what's happening.
So he's been at the forefront of your mind. Okay.
Again, punching onto the offside. Let me give Sylvester a copy of my 25 so he doesn't feel like he's not aware of what it is.
I'd like young Bishop to get a half century.
Yes, you can keep that.
It was made just for you.
It was made for you. Yeah, and I have one for you, one for Mavi.
It looks like he has a few for a few other people as well. Oh, what a joke. You planning to give one to Graham West as well?
Yes,
okay.
I certainly have to. 68 for 1. I see how many I got out of the final mix.
Let's see if selections are part of your future.
I don't want that. I leave that for Sylvester. I prefer to go on and try and see if I can, master my mind on the other
you're underground.
areas. Yeah,
Underground.
I leave that for Sylvester. That's
Underground.
The headache of that one. I can't do the politicking. I'm not good. I'm not good at politicking, so I'm not gonna have that patience. Yeah.
He says, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
When we have another media.
We'll be linking up with the women's team on the team.
Yeah, for the women.
Flashing drive again. Bishop is trying too hard. He's just easy on the eyes. No need for him. He's gonna get it. He only need 3 singles.
And possibly by the time the women are here, the 18 should be picked, shouldn't it?
Yeah, well, they'll be already on the way. They'll be on the plane to England.
Oh, they already, yeah.
So,
the 25 will know today.
The 25 will know today.
Okay.
Yeah, we know today in terms of what's happening.
Interesting. Yeah, and with COVID, for real, you got to be short and sharp in terms of departures and stuff, not hanging around for too long.
Other stuff.
So they'll probably get a few days off, couple of days off, and start again fresh.
So the tour to England, they arrive in England on the 29th of August, and that's in about a couple of 2 weeks. Yeah, they play on they'll be playing
next
6 games,
Wow.
week after next, and they return back to the Caribbean.
I just hope
About the 19th.
I just hope it's a bit of an Indian summer in terms of the weather in England. Not too cold, not too wet. Later down in September.
It certainly is going to be. So it's a good opportunity for them.
The moisture. Sylvester
13 overs
knows playing in England. It's not as easy as you think, you know. Even for a batter, sometimes not necessarily the pitches, but just the atmosphere. Yeah, the temperature.
Well, I'll give you a story, Mali and Sylvester. So the first time I went to England, as a West Indian, you see the ball on your pads, and you feel that this is it.
Oh yeah.
This is where you open up.
Oh yeah.
Oh my first 5 innings, right? Some elderly folks, man, they made me look like squares.
Yeah. Some little gobblers.
Oh yeah. Until one day, somebody came to me and said to me, "Sonny boy, where you from? The Caribbean, right?" I said, "Yes." I said, "Well, in England, you can't open up. So you sit there and you're gone, man." And you said, "Yes, man. Here is it. This is a gift."
But by that time, it's just moved a little bit.
Oh my!
I remember a few Antiguan batters in 2005 when Antigua toured England as well. It was a baptism of fire, really, in terms of the conditions, and left-handed batters loving and seeing that full ball outside off stump, just throwing their hands and realizing they've been bowled to the gate. Yeah, it was a tough tour.
Eye opener for me, man. 71 for 1. I think the first time I was in England, Sylvester, Mali. So I'm on the field, and so it's drizzling, it's raining. So in the Caribbean, once
you're looking to come off.
You're ready to come off the field.
No, you're playing.
Yeah, and those guys there looking at me, they're heading off there. So they're saying,
what are you doing?
Continue.
Yeah.
First game, Caribbean Cricket Club.
It has to be torrential.
They're not moving. Boy, it's cold. You couldn't even feel anything.
Yes.
Boy. Well, if you want to learn cricket, you have to go to England. Yeah, I always try and tell people that. Being a student, it helps you. You see. And if you're really the history of the game, they can which area you go, they're gonna be able to talk cricket with you.
And the fans as well. They make it what it is as well. The fans, the knowledgeable fans. Sylvester would be lucky enough to play Test cricket in front of packed houses in the Barmy Army and whatever. The atmosphere, they bring a lot to cricket, and not just cricket, but just sport in general.
But we'll go back quickly to football because I want to ask Mali and Sylvester this one.
Shot.
50 to Bishop.
Yeah.
50 to Bishop.
Well
he was a reserve player in the last West Indies under 19 squad. This is his first half century. In fact, on the final day, he gets a hug here from Brown and Sylvester and Mali. They're putting some pressure on me to pen him into my 25, but I will have to lose this one because I certainly would have to take somebody else out.
It's a bit too late.
Well, I've got 25. If I get 20 out to the 25,
right. Oh, you're not too.
Be all right. We'll see in terms of what's happening. But being a reserve player from the last time, Brown almost looking to York himself there.
We put him in good stead this time.
Yeah. Well, he certainly, if he was a reserve from the last one, I think they would have to look for 23 other players because Clark and himself automatically from that, if you're the reserve. And you're playing in this competition still.
In an ideal world.
In
an ideal world. A lot of times you also gauge the development that's happened over the last year or two. But he still looks like I don't know him before, but he looks like he's a pretty good player, Springs. That's for sure.
So he's 50 here, and this would do some confidence for him going into the selection process.
Just 3 runs now.
They just need, we could say 4 runs. Target is 77. There's 73. Arnold comes in now. He's going to bowl to Teddy Bishop. He maybe got a telephone call. Say, hey, get a knot out. Make sure you register that. He becomes the 13th player to score a half century in this trial series, along with 3 centuries. Rivaldo Clark was also reserve, scoring 2 centuries. A big one today, 128, 105 balls, 132 minutes, with 14 boundaries and 3 sixes. They need 3. Brown is back. Something about Brown. He's low, really, in confidence. Came here on a high, but he certainly has maybe not delivered. Willett feeling that one. Again, he's blocking that ball, not really letting it come onto his eyes. Still kind of going hard at it. So good afternoon to Mr. Dwayne Gill, who was the manager of the previous West Indies under-19 team. Oh, I sort of got him into a tangle there. Gill, not Gill, but Brown. They just need 3 more runs, and it will be over before lunch. 74 for 1, went over number 15. It's on the verge of that. And dropped that first slip by O'Neill Roberts.
And that's the game.
Game.
Set. Match.
Good piece of feeling, he saved 1 run. And O'Neill Roberts, this is what we were talking about, Mally. If you'd slip, you'd slip. And you have to be ready for everything. You'll be there waiting for 89 overs. And then 1 come. And that's what happened to O'Neill Roberts.
Yeah, and
his reaction was way late.
he wasn't expecting that one.
No,
sure.
because as far as he was concerned, nothing was
Game was
coming to
over.
him.
Yep.
76. They need 1 more run. Brown will end maybe hopefully with a not out. For sure, Bishop will end with a not out of 51. And he's driving that through cover. Game, set, match, tournament. Yellow Flamingos winners by 9 wickets. Willett chases to retrieve. 80 for 1. Game over.
Yeah, comprehensive win for the Yellow Flamingos here over the Blue Dolphins, making them winners of this CWI Rising Stars under-19 camp. But a bit disappointing, I'd say, in the last 2 days in terms of the batting we've seen. But at the end of the day, these guys have put in a good effort. It's been quite a lot of hard work in quite a short space of time for these youngsters, and you can never ask too much. It's still been quite enjoyable here in the commentary booth to see the next generation of West Indian talent.
So this, Teddy Bishop getting a nice little half century. Not out. I think we're going to have some fitness requirements, not only for the players but for the umpires going forward. Seriously, I know they do, but seriously, gotta talk to Javid Goody. Goody has just got himself. I've got to put him under some pressure. So come on, Goody, got to make sure that you up and running. But we have to thank the umpires, Keller Joseph, Bernard Joseph, and Javid Goodwin. Those were the umpires today, and the selectors will meet at some point in time. Malachi,
Yep,
Yellow Flamingos.
I'm sure they've been doing that, you know.
And they look like they're going to practice something. Let's see what they're coming. Is there going to be a race?
I'm not sure.
No,
There's a trophy to be had,
they look at. Oh,
or maybe a pick.
or maybe they're getting a photo, or they've got something that they practice. So that one is for the television. Why it's so good to have these young guys around. So Teddy Bishop's 50 Mali, 41 balls, the 13th half century of the series, 62 minutes, and 8 boundaries.
Yeah,
And a not out to go with it. Not out 51. Not out 51. So not at all in the end. Teddy Bishop. So not out 51, the 13th half century, and the selectors will meet somewhere in mid-pitch and figure out how they're going to do. I think the Yellow Flamingos are going to get a team photo and get themselves sorted out. Certainly they look, I think between themselves and the Green Pitons, they look the team to beat.
yeah.
Interesting to see how many in the final analysis will end up out of their squad into the final 25. But we wait and see in terms of what's happening. So, our job is done here as we speak. The Yellow Flamingos are the winners of the Rising Stars Under 19 series right here. They got to the final, played the better cricket, and they're trying to get the manager and the coach into the mix in terms of what's happening. Is that Ryan Austin? Yes, I think it will be Ryan Austin, one of the coaches getting themselves organized. So, just for the folks, my Vernon Springers 25, not Mally Richards,
Not Sylvester Joseph.
not Sylvester Bouncing Joseph 25. It's just Vernon Springers 25. Sian Hackett, Trinidad and Tobago, Javid Simpson, Jamaica, Tyrone Charles, the Windward Islands, Andel Gordon, Jamaica, Tyrone Theodore, Windward Islands, Nathan Edwards, Leeward Islands, Nick Ramlal, Trinidad and Tobago, Amrit Das, Trinidad and Tobago, Onaji Amri, Leeward Islands, Jaden Carmichael, Leeward Islands, Rivaldo Clark, Barbados, Giovanni De Pisa, Barbados, Carl Rupachan, Trinidad and Tobago, Kyle Kisadat, Trinidad and Tobago, Machu Nandu, Guyana, Anderson Amadon, Leeward Islands, Jordan Johnson, Jamaica, Nicholas Lewin, Jamaica, Justin Jagasa, Trinidad and Tobago, Carlin Tuckett, Leeward Islands, Nima Bolden, Barbados, Akim Ogis, the Windward Islands, and we have McKinney Clark, 18-year-old young fast bowler from the Windward Islands. He bowled with some pace. Joan Lane from Barbados, and Rampatad Ramanath from Guyana. That's Vernon Springers 25. Teddy Bishop, I wish you all the best. If you get in, congratulations to you, son.
Which Ramanath is that?
That's the
left-hander?
one with the pull-on approach.
20 of 60 yesterday? That one?
That one was the one with the pull-on approach.
Right. There are two Ram now.
Yeah, there are two Ram. But the one with the pull-on approach. This is the one with the pull-on approach.
Right.
This is the one that I like.
Right.
So kind of like it. So Yellow Flamingos winning by 9 wickets. Just a summary. A little disappointing. Blue Dolphins bowled over 76. Arnold top scoring with 19. Jagasaw 12. Mohammed 11. Ogis 11. Bowling figures, McKinney Clark 4 for 8 from 6 overs. Nathan Edwards continuing his good impressive bowling form, 3 for 18 from 6. Singh 2 for North from 1, and Sanka 1 for 23 from 6. Yellow Flamingos in reply off 15 overs, 80 for 1. Teddy Bishop, a splendid 51 not out of 42 deliveries. Brown 15, and Achilles Brown 15 not out of 40. And Anderson Ramadan scored 8. Bowling for the Blue Dolphins, 16 years old, Ian Thorne, 1 for 23 from 5. Javid Simpson, North for 4 from 2. Keegan Arnold, North for 14 from 3. And Tyrone Charles, North for 38 from 5. Game over, Yellow Flamingos winning by 9 wickets. Are your final thoughts?
Just really pleased to have the opportunity to watch these games, to cast my eyes over the next generation. It's a little disappointing as well, considering what we're seeing at the senior team and even at this under 19 level in terms of the batting. But in the other disciplines, I'm far more encouraged, and just looking forward to seeing these guys come together and on that tour of England and see where they go from there.
And just to let you know that the cricket action that will be coming our way soon, so we'll be back here. Our commentary team is Sylvester Bouncing Joseph, Mally Richards, Vernon Springer, and myself and company. Yes, hopefully Seth will be back on that set. We start back on Tuesday, August 31st in the first T20 game at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium, when the West Indies women team will be taking on South Africa. And that will take place at 2 p.m. It will be a day-night game at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. The second game will be on Thursday, September 2nd, T20 also at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium game. That is going to be 2 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time. And then on Saturday, the 4th September, the third T20 game at Sir Vivian Richards Stadium, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time. And then we'll move to the Coolidge Cricket Ground for 3 ODIs, the 7th, 10th, and 13th. We'll be at the Coolidge Cricket Ground. Then we go back to the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium for the final 2 remaining ODI games on Thursday the 16th and Sunday the 19th. will be back into contention. In the meantime, the West Indies under 19 team will be traveling to England. They'll arrive in England on Sunday the 29th of August 2021, and they'll be in England where they'll be able to play in 3 games. They'll be playing in the Beckenham area, and also they are in the Polar Farm in Canterbury in England. So they'll have at least 6 matches, 6 ODI games against the England under 19s, and those matches will start on the 4th of September, the 6th of September, 8th of September, 10th of September, 14th of September, and the final game will be on the 17th of September. So lots of cricket to be played, and just to let you know that the Hero Caribbean Premier League will be coming somewhere near to you on a media platform, so you got to make sure that you check it out. Get Sportsmax app very early o'clock from the 26th of August to the 15th of September. Everything taking place at the Warner Park Cricket Stadium. 33 games, and St. Kitts and Nevis set for the showdown, the hosting of the Hero Caribbean Premier League. It is going to be one of the most influential and most competitive T20 leagues that you've maybe seen around. We wish all the players all the best in those matches. Umpires, everybody is ready to go. But just to let you know that we'll be back and to the West Indies YouTube channel, starting back on the 31st, which will be the first game. Will be Tuesday, August the 31st. Let me just say thanks to the entire team. Nigel Clark, even our own score, Lady Williams, I like to call her Lady Williams, Lady Williams, Shahad Khan, thank you very much, Mr. Khan, for your continued support in making us happen. Richard Berridge, Nigel Clark, like I said, and Aspert and his entire team. And for all the folks and the parents who have been glued in to the Cricket West Indies YouTube channel, the medical staff, the doctors, the groundsmen, wherever you'll be hearing us, thanks very much for your feedback. It was indeed a pleasure sharing the spoils with you. On behalf of my entire team, Marley Richards, Sylvester Bouncing Joseph, Seth Burton, and myself, this is Vernon Springer signing out here from the Coolidge Cricket Ground. I'll go and get some lunch, and then I'll have a beach afternoon.